Good. Boom. Okay, good. Photo. Don't blink, it's your boy Ink with Computer Show. Oh, I forgot to do something. This is impossible. Thank you. There you go, much better. I forgot to do the intro. Today is Monday, so we have the end of it. Don't blink, it's your boy Ink with Computer Show. This is doing well, so having a wonderful day. Hope it's doing well on this day 291 Project Vendetta. This is the only set of video that I'm going to do, but we have a nice sunset. I got the chair, so I'm super excited about that. I'm so freaking nervous, dude. I'm not well. Why? Because today is Monday, and I forgot it was Monday. I thought it was Sunday, so I thought I had one more day, but we don't, so fuck. Anyway, doesn't matter. Let's get this started. Okay, so before we start, we're gonna start with a tarot talk video. I like to start my days with a normal video. I just think it's better. I think it feels better. It sounds better. So yeah, so we're gonna go here. We're gonna go in the event part of it. So this is done, which is great. Then we're gonna be checking that out because yeah. And the sunset for the day 291. I'm so nervous. I'm so not well, but I gotta work. So I thought it was Sunday today, like I said. I was like, okay, well, I have one day, right? No, we don't. So we're gonna go here for the event. Now, before we continue on this queue, but for the event, I think we're pretty screwed because we did start 2 playthroughs over this event, right? So Merchant was the first. This is the first event completely for. This is the first event completely for the 2 new playthroughs. Did that make sense? Oh, you're not recording. You are. Okay, you are. I'm sorry about that. So yeah, so Merchant, we started at the end of last week, and Retro, we started at, where is it? Where's Retro? I'm gonna need the Retro to be close by. I'm gonna need you to be close by. Gonna let the rain pour, I'll be here and you know, whoa, 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 whoa. I love that. Yes, but we didn't do it yesterday. For the event, VODs was at 225, and now we are at 590, we are at 225, right? We are at 500. So definitely not enough, but it's okay. We're gonna buy 10 more cards. Sadly, I have to skip because we got the first. No, never mind. There's Jeanette. I have to skip because I don't have time. There's 10 minutes left for this. Because when the sun shines, I'll shine together. Told you I'll be here together. Said I always be your friend. Surrender. Gonna go increase my strength max. Which is gonna give us 15. That's actually pretty much it. Yeah. There's no excuses, but I did start two playthrough this month. So yeah. So now we're gonna go with Frenchie because we just did VODs the way I work. Just increase retro a little bit. Good. So Frenchie, what do we have? We have the 252 to what? 252. 540, not bad. We do have to buy cards, so that's 10. Yes, that's 10, and that's 10. Correct. I believe this is it. There's still 10 more. Okay. Again, if it's worth it to buy the cards now when I'm gonna finish it, but I don't care. Let's look at the boutique. We have. We're gonna go buy mattress de distraction en français. Et comme j'ai dit, j'ai vu connecter lundi aujourd'hui. J'ai commencé 2 playthroughs de Tower. Et là, je suis dans la merde, j'ai pas eu le temps, j'ai pas tout fini. On va faire qu'est-ce qu'on peut. Je pense pas que correct. On a quand même 540, c'est même pas si pire que ça. On est pas retourné dans l'arcade parce que c'est quand même 1 mètre de bottes. C'est quand même très bon. On n'a pas fini, mais c'est pas grave. But VOD's gonna go back. I'm gonna check if we were able to do this. We were able to buy everything. I'm missing one, dude. I'm missing one. You're not gonna believe this shit. I was missing one to buy both the background and the Fernando Cube. Look, $4.99. I'm at 500. I just have to wonder if I'm gonna get it via the is that gonna happen the via collect fetch. No, I'm not gonna get this. Okay, it's okay, man. It's okay. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do it quickly, and then we'll go for every single playthrough and we're gonna do the style. So we're gonna go for voiceless. How are you doing, my friends? Also, I apologize for yesterday. Yesterday we left like that. I was just so tired. I was just going psychotic. So we had 665 with voiceless. This is what we do. 655. 255. Sorry. Good. You know what? With VOD, I can actually cheat. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna surrender. I'm gonna take out all the cards. Good. Battle. Friendship, I'm gonna do what? Do you need friendship? Do you need it? Or what? I got 400. This one I'm not close. Yeah, but at least we got everything. Okay. Yeah. What's gonna happen? I'm gonna get 20. I'm gonna be able to do the medals. I'm gonna get 10 medals first. Be able to buy the other one. And that's better than nothing, right? So voiceless when I'm done. We did get a grand total of 650. That sucks. I'm missing 50. I need to buy 10 cards. 10 cards. And 10 cards. Crazy to think that voiceless is still not done. But hey, that's what it is. Surrender. So now I'm going to do the same thing here. We know that we can get wing. I'm going to get the... No, I can't. This is such bullshit, dude. We're going to get Prismatic Shard, which is great. I'm going to get Arcade Queen, we got it. So we're going to go with Plasma Cell. I'm going to go with Queen Earned, which gives us 2,200. We'll go for Plasma Queen, Plasma Cell, which is not my favorite, but we'll take it. And that's pretty much it. So we weren't able to finish it. I freaking hate this. It's not normal for how much I play to not be able to finish. We got this, which is good. Really fast one. We are at 350. I got 5 minutes left for 4 playthrough. We got 550 after hurry. We got this, which is great. This, which is great. This, which is great. This, which is great. We are at 660. So I'm gonna buy 4 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. And now this should give me the required 80. Perfect. So the 80, I'm gonna be missing 80. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna exit, right? We're gonna be looking an event. Do you want me to do tier 7 with no cards? Tier 7 with no cards. Tier 7 with no cards. Perfect. Good. So let's go back to VODs. VODs, we got this. We got the mission. What? Oh, I'm at tier 1. They need to be tier 2. Yeah, so we got Speedster. Speedster, I wish I could stop you, but I can't. So we got the 15. We got the tree. I have to stop you. Which will make me late, but it's okay. Please, I beg you. Thank you. It did work. It did work, but it took me out after. Okay, good. I got 365 for VODs for Speedster. So let's see what we got. We got this, we got this. 365 to... Good. 365 to 610, which is not enough. But we're gonna buy 40 cards. See, what pisses me off is I could have taken one more like hours, do the mission, which is no cards, and I would have gotten it. I forgot that it was Monday. I thought it was legit Sunday. So that sucks, because I wasn't able to finish it. Okay, so we got this, which is at 496. And we're missing 4. I'm gonna buy, I got 1,400. I'm gonna be buying an arcade token, which is bots. We're gonna go ahead with the mission, which is not enough. 2 minutes and a half. I don't have time. I don't have time. We got retro. Forget about it. Retro. You freaking sucks. I got merchant. Merchant we didn't play a lot, so we never know. Merchant we did yesterday, which is great. And I believe Shield did something yesterday, which is also great. I just have to do the dailies here. And we're gonna get the reward. So Merchant didn't do it. I got 310. Let's see how we did it. Merchant again is the one I play the most. So even though we didn't play a lot lately, this one is easily 14 hours per day. So you see, we got 640 here, which is insane. We are missing. Okay, that's great. We're missing 40 cards. So now this one I have to skip completely because I'm gonna be able to do it. Good. And that's 40. We got that ray. We just unlocked that ray, which is great. I love that ray. I love that ray. This is huge. We just unlocked that ray. We didn't get... Okay, so now they're asking to upgrade something. We're gonna go for max. Ooh, last seconds though. We got the upgrade. I got a minute and a half. I'm gonna be missing 20 to get the rainbow, which is not by force by 5%, was great. That's a big deal. We're gonna get this. I got 3,300 diamonds. We're gonna be buying arcade token and we're gonna be buying hourglass, which I believe is fantastic. We're gonna be buying Platinum Cell. Platinum Cell is good. Or we're gonna go with Whispering Web. They took out the relics. They took it out. They just put it up from under our nose. So like I said, we're gonna do this. We're just gonna be chilling. I have time. I have a minute, which is not gonna be enough, but fuck it. You know, fuck it. I got this. 36 seconds just to buy this prismatic shard. Bought it. Good. Okay, that's good. We didn't finish everything, but it's okay. Like I said, we're running 11 playthroughs, so it's a bit harder to do it. Is that an excuse? Absolutely. It sucks, but I have to do what I have to do. Now what I'm gonna have to do is, I got a chair delivered. They left it in the entry, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go pick it up. I'm gonna leave you guys here. I'm gonna be enjoying the sunset. And we'll be right back with a new season, a new event. Am I pissed off? No, because again, lately we haven't been playing a lot. I got a big down from doing the merchant because what happened was we did the merchant and we did everything at the same time, which is still news. And now we're doing retro, but retro, I'm a bit more a fan of retro than the others because retro is just shitty. You see, to be honest, and this is just not because I did it. This is just me saying the truth. I see retro, the result it gives, and it's just something I would watch. I would watch retro over everything else, which is fantastic. So yeah, so on that note, I love you guys, take it easy, and I'm back in about 2 minutes or 3. see me left for a couple minutes. Retro close and merchant close. So I have to fix the problem, guys. It's not a big deal, but it's a big deal. What's going on? I was supposed to receive a package today. Yeah, the problem is I was supposed to receive a package today, which was important. They said they left it at the door. They didn't. They left it at the door. So I went to my manager and said, make sure that they took a picture. And after they took a picture. So I'm sorry, Crown will be right back. By the way, tomorrow, possibly no need to comb shit out of it. Let it be, pam pam pam. Let it be, let it be. Oh, let it be, let it be. What's it called? Amazon. Look. Close again. I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna lose my mind. Okay, good. My mom's gonna come tomorrow and I can her a little bit. Full color down. Sorry guys. A little bit of Amazon problem. Tomorrow, possibly no nature corn. It'll be rainy tomorrow. Very rainy, so we gotta take care of that. Okay, back to the tower. So I want to apologize. Lately, we've been playing less and less. The truth is, it's kind of hard to deal with as many pictures I'm doing. I understand it's my choice. I understand that. I am the master of my own destiny. We are doing progress, a lot of progress. But for example, today I streamed for 5 hours. I've had retro and everything for the whole time. So I do apologize for that. I'm not giving up. Again, it's my fault because I have too many. It's a problem. But at the same time, hey, we're doing something that nobody else is doing, and that's a blessing in itself. Now, to continue with what I'm saying, because I think that I have to draw a own point. Right now, it's very, very hard because, for example, this morning I played Fortnite. Fortnite was hell, and I had such a good time because I had such a good time because the season is so good. But it was so hard because I was like, okay, well, I'm doing everything and anything. Now tomorrow, we're doing 5 hours of. Well, I'm saying 5 hours. Maybe 4, maybe 3, maybe 2. I don't know. Oh, 5 hours is 12. 3, sorry. So the reason I'm saying I don't know the time is because we're gonna be rain sometime when the weather isn't that great. Yeah, And you see, this morning I've had multiple problems with the playthrough with the storage. I had multiple problems, and it's not a big deal because I woke up and I have the bad habit of, again, I'm repeating myself, but not deleting videos and continuing uploading. So, for example, I upload a video that's an hour. It takes 3 minutes to upload. Instead of being like, okay, well, this is finished uploading, let's delete it. I don't delete it. And then what I used to do is I used to star them. So by starring them, like, okay, well, there's a star next to it, I did upload it. But then I start making, I start trying to confirm, is this uploaded? Is this not uploaded? And more of the time it was uploaded, but there was a couple of times where it wasn't. And I'm like, okay, well, long term, 1 or 2 doesn't matter. But if I'm missing one every single day, that's a big deal. Also, what you guys have to understand, which is very important in this whole ordeal, and I can't stress how important it is, okay? So this is very much so for the intro, but this is also for the tower talk. I used to do tower talk that were 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours, okay? Now I'm doing tower talk that are 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, because my phones are full. Because we made some space today. Like, for example, right now we are uploading merchants, and merchants will be done in, I didn't check. It's not a big deal per se, but still. Oh, I love that. Nothing is uploading. Oh, I love that. See, we checked, so it's good. Okay, good. Good. So it is uploading. Formidable. Oh, formidable. Tu étais formidable, j'étais formidable. Oh, formidable. So yeah, so by making more space, what I'm going to be able to do is I'm going to be able to do like bigger files and bigger file. So it's kind of complex because there's still the same amount of time to upload. So for example, like, don't ask me why. I swear to God, this is true. I swear to God, this is true. I had a video for VODs. That was 5 hours, and it gave me 55 gigs. And I'm like, what the heck? And I'm freaking lucky with Retro because Retro been filming for 3 days, almost non-stop. And it gave me how much? I think it gave me like 30 gigs. My apologies. The results though, are phenomenal. I'm telling you something, and as much of a shame as it is, if I was to watch a playthrough, I would watch Retro. Why? Because, like, the idea behind Retro, which, let's talk about it for Retro let's talk about it for Tower Talk. I'm a bit tired, that's why I'm having one of these, second one today, which is not healthy. Please don't do that at home. Thank you very much. Before we continue, let's take a small break, because I've been yapping. And let's check out the new season. Oh. Okay, I thought it was a new one. It is Interstellar. This, I have to say, completely honestly, is one of my favorites season. This one ran the very first one I did. Just the background is super nice. Oh no, never mind. No, it was a guild. I thought it was the star with a smiley face. So yeah, that's not it. That is not it. So we have flying object. This is the tower. This is a star. The background is a night sky, which is beautiful. We got the relics, which are legendary rings, critical factor by 5%, comet tower damage by 2%. Do you see? Okay. We got the relics of the event. For the free one, we have flying object, free utility by 1%, space nebula, free defense upgrade by 2%. So this is one that's kind of skippable because both of them are free upgrade, right? So in a case of Crown, is extremely missable because Crown, no matter what I do, I'm at tier 11. I'm farming tier 11 right now. No matter what I do, I'm gonna be up golden boxes. I think even if I farm tier 12, I think I still pull off. 2,500, 3,000. I think. So if I pull off these numbers, I'm still with the gold box everything. Sorry about that. If I do. Gonna live in legend. Agreed? Yeah, agreed. Perfect. So now we have what? We have 2 defense upgrade, which is not great. The pay one, or by 2% is great. Critical chance by 2% is great. definitely a event where the paid rewards are better than the free rewards, right? That's why what I was saying with retro. Okay, so retro was a bit. So when I did Speedster, okay, that was the very first one where there's gonna be a difference in the there's gonna be a difference in the visual. Of course, I was scared because I'm like, what's the point of having a game where I don't have a good experience? See, for example, tomorrow we're starting Final Fantasy 3. I love that game. I love that game. Nostalgically speaking, it's great. However, would I have a game in 2026 that is that color, that type of graphics? No. A game that will age well forever, and I do mean forever, is something like Sly Cooper, because you got a cartoon background, you got 3D characters. Something else that was going to be beautiful. Doesn't mean it's gorgeous, but if I had to, I would go with Bloodstained. I do think Bloodstained is fantastic. The color, the graphic, the design choices. I just think it's amazing. And let's be honest here, the tower is, without a doubt, absolutely, unapologetically gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So yeah, so it's a game that's fun to watch, it's a game that's fun to play. Will I watch this on YouTube? I don't know. I think I would watch, like for example, I'm gonna tell you a secret, okay? I'm gonna tell a secret. In a couple of years, I'm thinking maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3, because I'm next time I'm gonna be working a lot out of this city. You can see the village, which is a French for a city. The plan is what? The plan is to have a wall, and that wall is going to be phenomenal. Okay, that wall is going to be phenomenal. Why? Very good question. That wall is going to be right here. Well, not right here. It's an example. That wall is going to be right here, right? And what I'm going to do with that wall is I'm going to have what should we call it? I'm going to have every single playthrough of the tower, and I'm going to have them all connected, all wired up. And what I'll do is, instead of filming literally the tower playthroughs, I'll be filming everything. I'll be filming the 10 playthroughs. It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful. Like, think about it. Think about it. The plan is to have, I don't know what you guys call it, kind of a blackboard, but it's for pin notes. I'm gonna have my father do it. I'm gonna have something that is made of wood, right? I'm gonna have little pieces which are stands, which there's a hole in the middle, which is gonna allow you for what? It's gonna allow you to plug the phone, right? I'm gonna have that, which is gonna be fantastic, hopefully. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna connect all the phones, which are gonna be too numerous to count, of course. But yeah, so we're gonna have like 11 playthroughs up, right? Just filming. It'll be 11 times the tower. I won't have to upload the 11 towers. I will just watch the 11 towers. I'll be fantastic. It will be fantastic. Why? Because ultimately speaking, they're all gonna be different. Now, retro is fantastic for that. So we're gonna have 2 years of retro, and retro was heavily inspired by Speedster. So Speedster, like I was saying, we have talked about the pin board, and I stopped there because there's nothing else to say. I think it's gonna be nice. I think it's gonna be practical. It's gonna be a huge weight off my shoulder when it comes to storage, when it comes to Wi-Fi. Why? Because I'm just gonna be filming one freaking playthrough. I'm just gonna be filming one thing, and the greatest thing with that is what? Even if they're weaker, or they're sort of what should I call it? It's so complex, because you take one phone, which we're gonna try to have a phone which has a great quality of camera. Yes. You have one phone, right? Which means I think you usually need 2 phones for that. Okay. Because I would have one phone with me at all time, playing games, whatever. I would have one phone that is filming everything, and yeah, we will have like all of the playthroughs on the wall. With the pin board, there's gonna be a way to have them secure on a wall. The wall, which is right here, this wall gives to my bed. When you look at the other side, it's my bed. So connecting it to here would be fantastic. Now the goal also is to sort of have a wall that is gonna be the main goal of the wall. And again, this is, I don't know if I thought about it, I haven't talked to anybody about it, but the goal is what? The goal is literally to put it in a position where, and I would like to have my YouTube play button will be there, but we'll figure out a place to put them, a nice place to. The goal also would be to have the possibility to raise that freaking billboard. So for example, I could put it here, when I'm making videos, I'm filming here, which is great. And that could be cool. Now, ultimately speaking, is that doable? Absolutely. Absolutely. Think about it. A wall of interchangeable phones, right? And we have what? We have. Shout out to Mr. Fidel Bautista. Fidel Bautista is the person I was working with, and why he was great is because he did this for himself. Then he gave it to me, right? That is, ladies and gentlemen, the exact model we'll follow. So we'll talk about the piece of wood, piece of plywood, a sort of wall. We'll talk about things like these, right? And when you look at it, I'm going to take any single phone. Frenchy. Perfect. We're going to go with retro. Oh, this is a bit dangerous. See, very sensitive. But just be careful. But then, I'm going to put them all, I'm going to drill them in, and it'll be perfect. Then we'll have a hole here, about here, and we'll have a wire that's going to be sticking inside, which is fantastic. The only issue that I'm going to have is those wires have got to, I'm going to put this, like, I'm not going to film wires, obviously. So the plan is sort of have a way to hide the wire, which would be behind. Or what you do is you do them very, because in a perfect world, what I'm doing is, I'm sort of putting them all together. So the goal is to do like a, well, the idea also came from, you know, right now that they're doing a lot of ads on TV, which you take a magnet, you take the plunger, you do like this, you take it off, you take off a part of the TV, put it anywhere you want. That's what I'm trying to do. We would have 11 phone guys, one video to follow them all. Like I'm saying, the importance here is a playthrough die, doesn't matter. The screen goes dark, too bad, right? And the goal is what? Which is freaking fantastic. The goal is to go, so this is insane because this is planning to do like in 2-3 years, which I think is brilliant. I think it's brilliant. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna choose this. I should have done this before. I'm gonna have audio. Yes. Test. Okay, good. I'm gonna do another one. No. Only my account. So ID for the tower. ID for the tower. The goal is to have a literal babillard, not babillard, a blackboard, filled with the 11 phone. The model is Fidel phone case, and we'll do that 11 times. That way, when we start in 2 or 3 years, I have to film one video and not everything. There you go. The cool thing is, when it's finished, you start the day with every single phone playing the tower. You finish the day with every single phone closed. Good. I'm just a fake baby though. Good. Nice. Yeah, that would be fantastic. I just came up with that. And Speedster, like I said, this is gonna be cool. This is it for the tower, for this idea of the tower, right? Because I'm not gonna be filming 12 playthrough for 6, 7, 8, 9 years, right? Ultimately speaking, by then we'll reach version 28, version 29, version 30. We'll no longer need the diamonds. The only problem with that is it's not always. For example, when there's a tournament, I gotta pay attention, right? When there's an event, I have to pay attention. I gotta take it off. So if I do this, what I would need to do is 20 minutes per day or 10 minutes per day, I would have to check it out. I would have to open them and put them on a wall. It could be the beginning of a video. Introduction to every single playthrough, every single day. So day 290, example. Frenchie, you're up tier 2, tier 3, wave something, right? That would be cool. Because ultimately speaking, you do 1 run per day. but the run would last 8 to 9 hours. I was looking at Reddit because I like to watch Reddit. Why? Reddit is a great place to meet people, first of all. Second of all, there's this anonymity, but I use it kind of a dating thing, which is not the intended purpose, of course, but sort of works. Following a couple of kink subreddit, and in those kink subreddit, there's a bunch of people that just want to have fun, which is also my case, right? So we are enjoying a kink lifestyle, as they say in the Japanese, which is basically translate to I don't know. And yeah, so because I play the tower, I get a lot of ads to the tower. I get a lot of topics to the tower. So of course I joined the subreddits, and I was reading something, and it was something that was starting, right? It was like, hey, I'm doing I think he said something along the lines of, I'm doing 6,000 wave for tier 1. Should I move to tier 2? And people told him, no, you have to wait until tier 9,000 to move to tier 2, because there's a huge bump and difficulty from 1 to 2, and you're gonna get F'd if you go there too fast. So yeah, and I understand that the 6 months are going to be spending playing Final Fantasy, which is the goal. We're starting tomorrow, which again, we're playing the 3rd, with the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, the 7th, the 8th, the 9th. You know, like, you know what I can do? I can do something crazy. I can absolutely skip. Oh, I can't. There'll be such a nice evolution if I don't. Because the plan was to, when I finish 7, the plan is to go back to 7, which is the remake, because I have the both. I have this. I'm going to do the remake, I'm going to do the Crisis Core, I'm going to do Reunion. I have 3 games. I don't even know if I have 3 games. I think I have. I know I have Final Fantasy 7 Remake because we played it. Then I know I have Crisis Core. I just don't know if I have. I just don't know if I have both of them. I'm gonna check something. But I think I do. I'm just a baby doll. There's no reason. There's no soul. FF7 Remake. So yeah. So the remake is what? Is what? Gameplay. Oh, she yo. She yo. Jojo, tutu, jojo, jojo, tutu, 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 and now you smile at me. So box cover, FF7 remake box cover, because I'm a visual guy. That's why I'm gonna remember what they look like. Cause you don't see a thing. I'm broken down and lying in the house around the nothingness. And now you smile at me. Broken as I am. PS4. Because they clearly not giving me what I need. See, imagine if I don't do retro, you give me frickin'. Whew, you give me shit. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna buy the nice little card slots. I'm gonna be buying cards for retro. There'll be 1, I got damage, I got health damage, which is new. Damage 2, fortress, new. Range, new. Critical chance, new. Damage normal. Got berserker, which is new. This is great. Coin. We got coin level 2 already. Whoa. Okay. We'll be putting in. It would be dumb to put berserker, but at the same time, do I really care? Not really. We have 200 more, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do another slot for this. There's no discussion about it. And we're gonna go with fortress. Yep. Why are we so frugal? Or why am I so steady? The goal was to play today more, and the goal was not to wait until the last seconds like I did. And the goal was like, okay, well, I'm not able to buy relics this event. I'm going to be spending every single gem that I have, which is the amount that I have. What I'm going to be able to do after is, by the way, with retro, I'm going to be buying a couple things. Retro, you're ready to buy the starter pack, noise. And I'm too broke for epic pack. 2 times the coin out of 50, super nice. And I'm too broke. Broken as I am, I'm trying not to breathe. Unraveled I am unraveled by the truth I finally see. For me, unbreakable, unshakable, unshaking yet unshakable, till I found me. And now I'm turning to dust in a world that's twisted. I believe I do have this one. I'm not sure though. I forgot everything, dude. Broken as I am, I'm trying not to breathe. Unraveled, I am unraveled by the truth I finally see. For real. Unbreakable, unshakable. Unshaking yet unshakable. I believe that I have three. I know that I have final reunion. Reunion, I do not. I do have it. I have this one. That's 100%. Question is, Crisis Core. Just don't remember what I have. Because the whole plan is like to play the games, but this one is a bit more. And then what I'm gonna do after, if I was really crazy, which I am, what I'm gonna do after is I'm gonna play the Kingdom Hearts. Why Kingdom Hearts? Because I have a lot of story elements that I know. I'm just gonna be able to play the tower. No, and despite my plans, give back to nature, but no, this nature is beautiful. It's a lady. Don't spit on lady unless they're consenting. Then you take it. Oh no. Just cause you can. And just because you can, you should be able to do whatever you want. Is it a good enough thing to say? No, okay, cool. By the way, we dropped speeds today. Did I pick my nose? Yes. Because I'm trying to establish the fact that I'm not very cultivated, so my last comment doesn't seem that on. So by picking my nose, I'm portraying a very not educated person. Kind of like Eugene from Walking Dead, who rocks a mullet because it makes him look, 6'7". I do the same thing with picking my nose. So a lot less work, and I don't do the public. I do the public just like, I'm like, hey, I forgot my keys. Never mind, they were right here. And I picked the booger and I put it on other people's clothes. Say, hey sir, do you have the time? She's like, oh, don't touch me. Too late, Baba. Too late, Baba. You have a booger on your shoulder. And then the booger, like, are you cheating on me? And the wife is like, no, why? Whose booger is this? I swear I don't know. Bullshit. Geshlack. And I was proclaiming that, oh my god, I just did a geshlack. Well, it didn't specify it was the husband geshlacking the wife. It could have been the wife geshlacking the husband. So, no to conjugal violence, no to physical violence with your spouse, but yes for equality. That makes sense? That makes sense. Sort of. Yeah. So, Retro was really inspired by Speedster. Speedster was the very first one where I took so many liberties with Speedster that I'm so proud of that I did. For example, this morning we played Fortnite for 4 hours. I watched 6 hours at least of life. I made so much space that I don't know what to do with it. That's not true. I'll be filled up in 3 days, bro. 3 days, oh, I'm full again. I wonder what happened. Or you're streaming too much. So Speedster, one of the biggest liberty that Speedster gave me was the ability to watch live. I'm not gonna show you live. For example, a live is playing, I am not gonna play it on the crown, even though I did. This is guy that didn't like, his whole life is there. You can watch it. No. Did I steal the content? No. Did I use the content in a poorly fashion? Yes. Did I have a commentary? No. Well, me laughing is a commentary. It's like, haha, what a dummy. It's a commentary, I guess. But yeah, oh, Shieteo. My apologies. But then, with Speedster, I was like, you know what? I can actually play entire live. And all I have to do is to speed them up at 3 times. So you can still see that there's a live if you don't see what happened. So it's kind of cool. And knowing that the 2 weeks, I swear to God, last time we did 2 weeks, we did times 40. They gave me 2 hours. Which means in 2 weeks I had 80 hours. Which means that on a regular basic I did about, how much is 12 times 5? It's 60. How much is 12 times 4? It's 48. How much is 12? It's 14, sorry guys. How much is 14? How much is 80 divided by 14? I mean, you know that 10 divided by 8. 80 divided by 10 is 8. And then you have 14. So you do 8 divided by 4. And it gives you 2. So you go with something like 8. And then you try again. Because 8 times 14 gives you... how much? 8 times 40 is how much? 14. 14. 14 for Chan. 8 times 14 is how much? 80. 8 times 14 is 112. And if you put 112, that doesn't make any sense. What am I doing, dude? I'm doing the opposite. 80 times. I want to do it without the calculator because I'm a smart guy that picks his nose up. And with rock mullet. Don't break my heart. My achy, breaky heart. How much is 14 times 2? Okay, let's do it like that. Let's do it the dumb way. 28, 56, 56, 70. is 84, which gives you 7. 7 times 14. How much is 7 times 14? It is 84. Yeah, it makes absolute sense. That's so easy to do. Oh well. Blame my poor education. Blame the education system. And I know that's not true. But if you could do it, you do like 8 times 7, which is, no. You would do, can I count? Basically speaking, you would do 8, okay, you would do it like that, I guess. You would do it 14, 80 times, 14 and a half times how much? You would do times 5, which is 70. You would have had, okay, well, 70, I need 80, so I need 2 more because otherwise it's 77, which give me 84, which is 7. That should do. You can do it by tens, so you know that 14 times 10 is how much? Is 140. Divide by 2 is how much? 70, yeah? So then you know that's 5, so you know that, okay, well, it's close to 5, it's a bit more than 5. When you do 5, 6, you do 6 times 14, which is 80, no, 74, yeah. And you do another 14, which is 88. That doesn't make any sense, but hey. And then, because you're confused, and because you are trying to make a point that you're kind of smart, you feel the need to do this. So you do 80 divided by 14, which is 5.71. But I mentioned, don't break my heart, my achy breaky heart, right? Then you realize that you were wrong all along, right? Because it's not 80, it's 80 hours. So then, you maybe if you do like that, maybe if we do 80, 8 times 60, is how much? Is 480. You had a 0, which is 4,800. You divide by 4,800 divided by 14 is how much? That's 28,000, which is 200. 200 is about 400. You do 400 divided by 60 is how much? 60 is how much? It's 6, which is, it's about 6.5. It's 6, a bit more than 6.5. So we stream about 6 hours and 5. It's 6.5 hours, 6 hours and a half per day. I'm gonna try again. Don't break my heart, my achy breaky heart. I just don't. This is why I'm not doing the entire topic for the intro. I'm very talkative, and then the intro I end up not being able to talk about anything because I talk here, and the entire time I talk about bullshit that don't matter. But hey, so we do 80 times 60 divided by 14, which is 32.4. Divided by 60. No. I don't freaking know. It doesn't matter. I cannot do math, dude. I'm stuck in the rut, and I'm shit out of luck, because I cannot think I'm bad rut. I prefer a bad rock, which your wife is on top, and your mom cooking cake top. Ooh, not enough storage. Oh my clankers, no. Oh no. Oh no. Not enough storage. Shit. Thankfully, I have uploaded how much? The whole phone. Okay. Don't break my heart, my achy breaky heart. Just don't think it was the same. So if you break my heart, my achy breaky heart, I just don't think it feels the same. Yes, got everything. Don't break my heart, my achy breaky heart. Always making sure here. There's just nothing I would have changed. So if you break my heart, my achy breaky heart. How much we're deleting? 88, 98, 99 gig. Jeez Louise. There you go, perfect. Which gives me enough storage for 2 days. I know this is a problem, but think about it. When I'm going to be streaming for 4 to 5 hours. Or if I'm lucky, I get to 6, 7. Why is that important? Because I'm doing one file of 4 to 5 hours, and one file will always beat 10 files. Because you don't have to, you know what we did there? You know what we just did? So I was talking about before I didn't have an example. We do have an example. I checked if everything was uploaded. If it's one video, I just have to check once. There's no video of 9 hours, okay, that's hours, you know? Yesterday we played 9 hours of Tower. 9 hours. It was fantastic. And today, we don't have storage problem, which is a blessing. Why? Because we're managing. But I'm still in the same position. If I missed a day, if I missed a couple hours, I'm fucked. what I end up doing is I end up doing something very smart though. We end up uploading from the top. What is uploading from the top means? Uploading from the top is uploading more than you're able to. So you're uploading for maybe 8 hours, maybe 9 hours, right? And you sleep for 7. When you wake up, your phone is still uploading, right? And there you go. Then you make sure that you have some smaller file. That way, the smaller file you can delete. And then you can stream. And by the time that you're done streaming, for example, this morning, what you had is deleted, which is great. So yeah. So coming back to retro, Speedster was the very first one. I could watch entire live. I could listen to music. There was no volume, which is fantastic. And then I set it up. And then for retro, I was like, the greatest thing with retro is right now, if I'm looking in the phone, which is this one. Which is this one. It's just something different. Okay, so we're gonna check out this, right? And then we do have some music playing in the background, right? We don't hear it, right? And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you, and I showed you yesterday, but that don't care. I'm gonna show you again. What are we doing? I actually need to go in extra recorder because I don't have porn on there yet. Yet. Хорошо. Piet. Нет работа. Нет работа. Посмотри. Посмотри, как красиво. It's not working, but look here how nice it is. I said how beautiful it is, but hey, it's not that cute here. Нет проблем, bro. Нет проблем. This is what it looks like. Which is still very nice. It's still the same game. Like this. I would absolutely watch that. I would absolutely watch that. Now, the real problem is what? The real problem is what? The real problem is I didn't upload shit. So if it is copyrighted, I don't know. Which I would hate for it to be. And then because I don't upload, I don't know where it is. So if it is copyrighted, I'm gonna know what I'm uploading. If I upload in 2 weeks, I'm gonna know for 2 weeks. Then I'm gonna have to take every single part of the playthrough and make them silent in my head, so I don't get copyright. Silent in my head. If I can avoid this shit, I will try avoid this shit. I will try avoid this shit. So with Speedster, I was able to say, okay, well, I got this idea for a retro playthrough, which I think would be fantastic. Good. I'm gonna my phone, but I didn't. Could have, should have, but didn't. There we go. Didn't fit. She's not consenting. The plant is not consenting. Do not spit on her. Good. So yeah. So with the retro, it's gonna be fantastic. Why? Because with Speedster, I learned or I experienced, fucked around and find out that I was able to do something akin to. I don't like talking like that because it feels like I'm not sure what I'm talking about. But then I'm trying to be more the energy from the energy drinks, not paired with the mental capacity of not being tired. I feel like when I'm talking like that, I'm trying to prove a point, to prove I'm smart, but I'm not. Don't need to prove I'm smart. If I'm smart, I'm smart. If I'm dumb, I'm dumb. Either way, there's someone that's smarter than you. Either way, there's someone that's dumber than you. In comparison, you are one of the average Joe, and you're meaningless because you don't stand out. But when you do stand out, you get pointed, you get hated. So you're taught very young not to stand out because of peer pressure and social parasites. And yeah, I got a pimple. No, not a pimple. A mosquito bite. That is not a mosquito bite, which is skin, which give me scabs. I like picking scabs. Why? I don't know. Some people like chasing butterfly. I like picking scab. If you ask me, it's the same thing. If you ask me, did you ask me? No. Did I tell you? Yes. Did too much information? You know, mosquito potato, tomato, tobacco. That one Simpson episode. You know the one. The craziest thing is you know the one. You know the one. Like, oh, Ink never has some references I get. Well, you got that one, okay? And if you didn't get that one, I feel like it's a you problem. I feel like I give you multiple chance. I feel like I give you ample enough chance, and I feel like if you're, my apologies, if you aren't gonna be a productive member in my class, then the class is not for you. What's that class? It's that class, whatever I say it is. My dear French. A father to your hands. Right? I forgot to put in the. I hate doing that. Because I don't know which part we put. But the one I want. Okay, this is good, this is good, this is good. So waste kit, death raid, accelerator, free upgrade. We're gonna go with coin, we're gonna go with extra defense fortress, we're gonna go with orbs, we're gonna go with attack speed, we're gonna go with we're gonna go with what? We're gonna go with Spirit Tower or Berserker. They're both very interesting. Berserker's a better one. I think a certain Super Tower hits harder. I think a Berserker is stronger at the end because it lasts for longer. So yes, your bonus are better, but they don't last. And if your playthrough lasts 3 hours, Super Tower was active 210, Berserker was active the whole time. Berserker's better. Even if there's luck, it's not luck lower, it's a bit low. So yeah. So tomorrow I'm coming. This is intro talk. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So yeah. So with that being said, Pimple, which is possibly the root of all evil or the root of my genius. This is the font on additional storage. But again, I maintain that we uploaded a shit ton. So is it video that I didn't upload? Is it video that I didn't delete? Time will tell. By the way, time is now. Father, in your hands, I try to understand why you've forsaken me, why you belong with me. Didn't upload as I wanted, so I'm stuck in a rut. But this uploaded so well. I'm freaking Maxwell. Okay, so some of them did upload, and them didn't. I'm expecting one of them to be broken because it didn't process, which is not good. So because I'm broken when I'm lonesome, I don't feel right. So this is good. So number 1, 2, 3 is done. Number 1, 2, 3. Number 4 is not good. Number 5 is not done. Number 5 is not done. Okay, we'll just do 1, 2, 3. Which still gives me a solid 4 hours, which means I have to finish this. And for some reason, a little someone didn't finish. Why have you forsaken me? See, 9 hours give me. 9 hours give me what? In erection. Give me 44 gigs of storage, which is a lot, but still manageable. I'm about to lose my mind. Up in the air, up in the air. I'm about to lose my mind. What's that noise? But this is done, this is uploaded. And this will give us 12 and a half. And you're surprised, in 12 and a half I'm sleeping. Which reminds me that I didn't eat lunch. So you're not done uploading. I thought you were done. You're telling me 9 minutes left. So you lied to me. You lied. I hate you. You made me hate me. You gave me. Another problem that we had is that we didn't restart the phone in multiple days. And that can actually lead to it's not a big deal, but the non-proper working of XYZ. What is XYZ? If I knew how to fix it. We simplify that XYZ is a problem, meaning that it hasn't been fixed. It hasn't been fixed because I don't know how to fix it. Hence the XYZ. Make sense? No. Well, I cannot constantly be the father of invention and the father of solutions. I can be the father of perplexity. I can be the father of confused. See? Didn't upload. Just didn't upload. So this is good. I understood them. Oh, okay. Okay. It's VODs. Because VODs tell me that there's something that's still good. See, this is the greatest thing. So you see that it's not working, it's not because it's broken. So you can take the file, you can actually upload it. So you can take the file, download it, fix it with this phone. Because this phone has more storage, and you can do whatever you want after. Which is great. Yeah. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, well, try it. The only problem is, if you wait for too long, it won't work. They'll say this file doesn't ever transfer to file, and this doesn't ever transfer to file, you're fucked. Because you can no longer, but as long as it's processing, you do. It'll process for 4 to 5 days. Yeah. Usually when it takes that much time to process because it's a problem with the file, what happened is possibly X recorder broke. An X recorder broke and said, hey, oh, your file, I'm going to repair it, I'm going to repair a part of it. So yeah, so with the 3 new playthroughs and stuff, retro just looks good. I was able to fuck around and find out and play with it the way it looks because I'm able to play the game normally. And ultimately speaking, it doesn't matter how I have the game. For example, I'm playing the game, I don't even have the volume on, I don't have the music playing. I'm sure it's great music, but for 10 hours a day, maybe not. My apologies. And you can make the choice to listen to music and watch it. I can make the choice to not listen to it 10 hours a day, every single day of the week. Yeah, thank God. I would go more into than I am right now. So yeah, so we're playing more with it. We're playing a lot more. Like I said, the goal was to literally check out the playthroughs. Retro. What I did with retro is about everything I could buy, which is costing gems. For example, more labs. I had 3 labs right now. We bought more cards. We had 4 cards right now. Why? Because I couldn't get the relics. I bought. We didn't really buy any upgrades, but I'm gonna be upgrading lifesteal. Because right now what I'm trying to do with retro is I'm trying to go a bit the route of I am not necessarily buying full coin and cash, right? I'm waiting a little bit, and we'll see. And yeah, it's going pretty well. I'm a bit worried about merchant because merchant and the 2nd of July when we started merchant in 2 weeks. I'm gonna have to do the in 2 weeks merchant. I'm gonna have to do the labs for utility. We didn't unlock anything but the current setup. So even if we're doing the current setup, it's not that bad, but it's not that great. What I'm trying to say, okay. What I'm trying to say is I can increase utility labs. There's this rule with retro, with merchant, which is very scary. The rule with merchant, I'm sorry. With merchant, which is super simple, is I am allowed, which I'm allowing myself, okay, to. And with labs we have what? We have health, defense, with turning cash. We're turning cash for coin per wave. Because the goal is to survive as much as possible. Merchant in 2 weeks will become Sword and Shield. So with Sword and Shield, we're able to go with the labs, which are offensive and defensive respectively. Crown is already almost dead, battery-wise, which is good. Why? Because we got it covered. So okay. This is good. Merchant in 2 weeks, I'm going to be able to have the utility. Utility, which is basically cash and coins. It's package chance and it's free upgrade. My problem with that is free upgrade doesn't have a labs. My problem with that is that the max recovery package is very, very expensive. One of the things that you buy later on, and then the last thing, utility, is enemy at level skip, which is funny. Because with merchants, it just makes so much sense. Because I could actually say like, okay, well, you can bribe the people, which is why merchant is so good. But since it's later on, what I have is I can actually upgrade everything but attack and defense. So my problem with that is that I am not sure of how close I am going to be to actually be physically fit to survive. Because that's the thing, the goal of the tower is always to be idle. And by upgrading utility, I'm not making it idle. I am making it less idle. Then that's technically not true because I can actually buy the, whatchamacallit, I can actually buy the, oh, this is time for my show. This is time for my program. I cannot believe that I cracked the screen even more. It's not that big a deal, I swear. I probably loved it if it wasn't broken. Oh, you know what I did? I fucked up again. Even if she had a tattoo, she's hot though. But then, we played Fortnite together. What I do that for a mistake? Well, the mistake what I did was, shut up. What I did for a mistake, well, we stopped the video for the event of the week, and I didn't finish it. So basically we have the end of the last video and the beginning of this video that I have to put together. And then do a video. Am I gonna remember this in 2 weeks? No. So yeah. It's okay, dude. It's okay, dude. And my dad is hot. Maybe we should get a tattoo. Maybe we should get a tattoo. She's fucking hot though. She was flirting with me, and I was like, no, I'm not super down. Seeing another girl, another other girl disappeared, and she was like, dude, she was way hotter. Well, not way hotter, but way more the type of girl I usually go after. So I was like, okay, well, you fucked it up. Now you're living with the consequences of your inaction. Inaction proved by action, which is loyalty. Loyalty led you to failure, and failure led you to miss out. So loyalty led you to miss out. But then loyalty is not missing out. I'm gonna miss out the party to be with my friend because my friend matters more. Understand? Yeah, so the tower, retro, which I'm worried. Retro, we're good for now. Like I said, I started like 4 days ago, so it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. What else? That's pretty much it, to be honest. That's pretty much it, to be honest. Just gonna be trying my hardest. Tomorrow we're trying to play a lot more, which is during Final Fantasy. So that's gonna be cool. And that's pretty much it. And like, dude, you finish like that. Are you sad because a girl that's super hot, super cute, could have been with her? No. I have nothing to say. But that's not true. So we did finish my villains. So we're gonna go with villains. I remember what I did. So we did everything but Resistance Reborn. So now we're gonna be going for Resistance Reborn. And Resistance, I finished it. Which means Resistance is finished, which means Voiceless is finished. I'm not 100% sure that Voiceless is finished. But it's finished, which means that Easter's not done. Easter is finished. Wait a second, because right now there's a possibility that what? There's a possibility that oh, fuck me, dude. What's going on? They moved the reward. So because I didn't pick them up, we're here. Because I didn't pick them up, which is yesterday because I was too tired, I can't see how well I did versus the last guy. We're gonna go with Resistance because if I'm right, I get the crown and the sword and the shield, that's it. So, we did, ooh, look at this. 39 diamonds for the season 10, which is good. We're using that. Total prize, which is prize for the most recent Gold League tournament. We finished at rank 6 of Gold League, which is not enough to put me in, platinum, but it's still very good. The event reward, we got 25 medals, which is actually pretty good. Why? This is from no cards. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna exit this battle. That only has 130, so I don't mind. I got 139 stone. I'm gonna do duration. You down with duration? You down with duration. That's good. I'm also down. Okay, I'm sorry for this, the length of the tower. Just because we didn't do an intro. So right now what we're doing is we're talking as if this was an intro, but it's not. We got, there you go, summon prize, event, guild. We forgot to check. We didn't really forget. We just didn't have the time to check the returning relics, which are super cool. Secret Tower Agent, which is from the Matrix event. Damage meter to 5%. No Signal, which is the TV event, which is super cool. And critical chance by 2% is huge. Tower damage by 2%. We got Quantum Drive, bot range by 1 meters. So I'm gonna do bot range by 1 meters. I do not care. So why is that important? We got tower damage by 2% also, which is good. We got both. Could have bought cards here, but fuck it. Don't care. So why is that really good? Because if you guys remember, Resistance as a mod, which is what? Which is the bot strength. This is huge. This is humongous. This is humongous but zongus. That's good. Resistance is done, which leads to what? Which leads to Voiceless. So let's see what we did with Voiceless. We're gonna surrender because she read a book from across the street, waiting for someone that she'll never meet. Talk about a story or two, wondering why I'm in a good mood. Killing time before she struts her stuff. She needs support and I become the crutch. She'll never know how much she means to me. I play the game but I'm the referee. Surrender yourself to me. Really talent. So we got this, we got Welcome to Season 10. That's good. We got Tournament Price. 6, rank 10. That's pretty good, pretty good. 100 diamonds and 28 stones. I love how little diamonds we have. Ooh, Merchant, she died. Merchant, if I don't touch it, dies at 400, which is not great, not bad. It's been worse for sure, but it's been better. The goal is what? The goal is 1,000 without touching it. Again, with the Final Fantasy tomorrow, it's gonna be annoying. I'll play every couple minutes. And I won't play 1, I won't play 2, I'll play like 10. By the way, huge news. I was missing 1 wire. Turns out that everything charged by the computer. So the computer is connected, I can charge it infinitely, which is fantastic, which will give me 11 playthroughs. So here we have nothing. Won't have enough for anything. So I'm gonna see if I can upgrade my ultimate weapon. Nothing. There's nothing here, right? Sadly. We got Speedster. This I don't need to restart. Why? Because if I take my time, even if it's times 40, you'll have time to read it. So we finished at rank 27. That's what a week ago. It is 50 and 20, not bad. We have the season 10 of Guild, which is 38, which is good. And we have Tournament Pride, which is last week, rank 11. So Resistance was 6, Voyage Test is 10, and Speedster is 11. Not bad, 90, 26. Here, do I have enough for the ultimate weapon? We have enough for every single ultimate weapon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quit. I'm going to surrender. Surrender yourself to me. What a nice ultimate weapon. We have Golden Tower, Chain Lightning, and Spotlights, which is pretty good. Tree Golden. I'll possibly go for Golden Tower, which is great. I have 162. I'll go for damage for that wave, because damage is always good. We have our mission, which is good, because after this, I'm going to do an intro. I'm going to eat a small piece of delicious food, and I'm going to sleep. And the arms of Morpheus, my dear beloved Morpheus. That's it for Speedster. There's enough to do a lot. The rank for the tower, Sediment is good. Shit. I fucked up. What did I do? Shit. Big deal. That's a big deal too. That is a big deal. Fuck. So yesterday I was out of storage. Even now I got 12. I got 13 G storage, which is not bad. What we did, we changed for video settings, which is now it's SD HD. Yeah. So I was recording at 240. Also, it's not a big deal. Why? Because it's very fast. So we recorded at 240. We recorded possibly 6 hours this morning. With now, we're doing times 40. 6 hours is 360 minutes. Times 40 is, I don't know. I think it's 8. No, it's 9. Yeah, which is 36. 9. So yeah, 9 minutes of weird content. Is that a big deal? It's kind of a big deal, but it's not the first one. It's not the last one. So in the middle. Most people won't make it to the middle. Most people won't make it to the middle. But surprisingly, Speedster is not doing bad. Speedster is doing pretty well for itself. About 6% batteries. So I'm gonna get a charger. I think I found my soul until deep working slave. Searching until read. This flower don't belong to me. I think I found my soul until the world of home. Searching until my head sings. This flower don't belong to me. Why can she belong to me? Every stuck, every frown. Surrender yourself to me. She reads a book from across the street, waiting for someone that she'll never meet. Talk about a story or two. Wonder why I'm always in a good mood. Killing time before she starts her stuff. She needs support and I became the crutch. Leave it there for now. Speedster's done, which leaves us with 2. Which are what? Drumroll please. Did you guess? It leaves us with much more. Why is everything showing? I don't freaking know. Is merchant showing or not? Yeah, okay, good. The one that's left is Frenchie VODs and merchant. No, Frenchie VODs and everything. Frenchie. Et Frenchie, comme j'ai dit, on a fait des erreurs. On n'a pas joué beaucoup dernièrement, mais on se reprend. J'ai des problèmes de storage, des problèmes de connexion. Fait que là, on se reprend, on fait ça chaque jour, on fait ça plus gros. On fait des vidéos de 5-6 heures qui sont faciles à uploader. Fait que le fun, puis on se lance là-dedans. Fait que, on va checker le résultat du tournoi de avant-hier. On a terminé la position 22. Francophone, c'est pas pire. Ok, good. C'est pas pire en fait. Si j'aurais fait un moins, j'aurais été capable. C'est pas pire. Now with merchant, I'm fucked because with retro, I can't buy upgrades because there's nothing. So I have to do like the most expensive labs. So we have 70 gems, 22 stones. Good. 20 gems, 22 pierres, 70 gemmes. On finit au rang 22, ce qui est pas pire. On aurait fini un rang avant, j'aurais pas été capable. Là, il y a quelque chose qui se passe avec ça qui est fantastique. Une des reliques pour l'événement, on l'a déjà. On l'a acheté. Fait que ça va faire moins de choses à acheter, je vais pouvoir avoir un plus relax événement. Mais on va quand même faire l'effort. On va faire quitter la batterie. Je vais voir si je peux acheter quelque chose. J'ai quand même des points. Hey, 2 labos, mais c'est incroyable. J'ai des gars pour les mines internes, j'ai temps de recharge. On va aller avec temps de recharge. Ça fait juste trop bon. Parfait. Et ça c'est bon. C'est tout. Now VOD is where? VOD is here. No. VOD is here. Nice. VODs. How did we do with VODs? We did okay, we did bad, I don't know. Surrender. And we're constantly restarting. They're at 200, they're at 100, so it doesn't matter. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to restart the tournaments. I'm going to restart them after we do the no cards. Because that's going to be good. That way you do your no cards quest and you do the restart for the government. For what I have to say. VODs. What? So VODs is where? VODs is tricky. If you look here, there's no reward. But if you look in this, tournament price. So you got the welcome season 10, I got 9 gems, thanks so much. Tournament prize, you got rank 24. So worse than Frenchie. 50 and 20 stones. Voz will be upgrading my I got 114 stones, so I'm gonna be upgrading angle and bonus for spotlights. I know I should have upgraded Golden Tower. I choose not to. Why? It's a personal choice. Golden Tower, as much as awesome as it is, I don't feel like it's making me stronger. So it's making the grind, it's making the roll aspect of it better, but that's not what I need. I need a stronger playthrough. And for that, I have to go for that. For something that is more active, for example, Inner Landmine and Frenchie Mini Town, the Spotlight for VODs. Now we have the gorgeous and the absolutely phenomenal. Everything, how did you do? The surrender. I walk 1,000 miles just to get her. She's a diamond on the landmine. Step by step, across the floor. A dozen roses lays on the floor. She said we were meant to be. Now this success is a tragedy. The heart attack. To win you back. Alone at last. All I wanted was to be alone at last. All I wanted was a second chance to hold you in my arms again. Forever and ever. Got this. Which is what? Which is claim rewards. There you go. That's Frenchie. Everything gold rank 26, which is not great at all. But understanding that it's my first time in gold. Did I play against myself? No, I didn't. Surprisingly, no. 70, 50. So let's see if I can do something. We do have this. I got so much diamond, it's crazy. So we're gonna go with the event. Let's see what we can get for diamonds. We're gonna go with Quantum Drive, which is good, which is bot range by 1. Save that, which is target damage by 2%. It's insane because yes, there's relic that benefits every single playthrough. Okay, for example, sword benefits from something that's offensive, right? Am I gonna buy defensive relics if I have the gem? Yes. If I don't, I'm not, right? But at the same time, I'm in a position where if I can do both, I can do both, which is good. If I can't do both, I can't do both. But if I can, I can. and it's weird. I'm talking about this because we just did everything, and I was like, okay, well, I got enough gems to buy relics. What relics should I buy? The relics I wanted to buy was what? The relics I wanted to buy was the same one we did. So I know that the 2 lower one, the 2 cheaper one, were better, and we bought it with the next playthrough. I'm like, okay, well, if I bought it with one playthrough, it's good for everybody. And because it's good for everybody, I bought it again. I didn't check what it was. I'm like, okay, well, it has to be good if I bought it. It's not. When you realize that most people send dick pics, if I have to choose dick pics, right? Then this is me affirming my identity, my sexual identity. So you saying that's an asshole thing to say is basically saying that me being heterosexual, is cisgender heterosexual, is disgusting. Which is, I don't send dick pic, but makes me better than a lot of people on Snapchat. So give me a break. And yeah, so tomorrow we're starting a new playthrough which has the tree. I'm gonna see how much I can play. It's very dependent on how much I sleep tonight. So the perfect, and again, perfect is such a broad word, but the better situation is what? The better situation is that I sleep very little tonight, and I sleep during the day tomorrow. That way the phones are charging and everything is charging. But If I was to do it properly, I would do it properly. I'm telling you, tomorrow's gonna be so great because I'm gonna start doing 6 hours, 7 hours video. By doing 6 hours and 7 hours videos, I'm able to do only one. And for the upload's gonna be better. And even if the upload takes 2 hours each, I don't care. Because every single phone has enough storage to do a full day. Which means at worst, every single playthrough has enough to do half a day. At worst, every single playthrough has enough to do a third of a day, a fourth of a day, a fifth of a day. And if I do a fifth of the day, which is 12 hours, that still gives me 5 hours and... No. That still gives me 2 hours and 12 minutes. Yeah. 12 minutes. It's not a lot, but hey. 12 playthrough for 11 playthrough. We'll do this shit done. So I'm gonna go inside and get ready for the intro. Love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Okay guys, let's go. I go inside. Got shit to do. But always in the evening, so I ask if I'm just dreaming. I love you so much, so. No, I didn't ask for Google message. Stop. No, I'm not ever. Don't care. No, that's not you. It's Livy. It's Livy. Livy. Good. Ugh. No, you're rude. No. Personal, you're just rude. Okay. Wee. Ouch. Wee. I'm about to get tired. Okay, go and keep. No complaining, no pain, no gain. What are we doing for the storage? For the battery, sorry. Okay, so. Oh, you died. Ugh. Good. So I ask if I'm just dreaming. Ugh. She did you dirty, bro. Yuck. Come on, Nikki, because if you don't start right now, you're not gonna finish. I know it sucks, I know you're tired, but you have to start to finish. I got 2 videos to do. Movies. People love you when you're on your mind. Your daughter loves privacy, and I've been thinking about her all the time. I never see somebody put together perfectly up. What do I do to have you call your mine? Someone like you is so hard to find. You can open up your eyes and you can watch me wine. When I was happy, just a little taste of your lips I want to get her right away. Gotta hide a face. I wish we can go and be free. Don't blink, it's your boy. Welcome to the show. Because you're doing well, so having a wonderful day. On this day 291 of Project Vendetta. Yes, I'm going to be itching a lot. We got bitten by mosquito. We have 11 playthrough going on right now. So you're going to see me looking everywhere. Because we're managing a lot of things, right? Yeah, we're doing good. Today, we're doing... I have to show you. I have to brag a little bit. But basically this. And, well, this. And well, this. And well, no, that's it. I think that's enough. Today, we're doing anime review. It's been a long ass time since we've done one, but we're doing 2 today. So I felt like watching anime because we've been watching a lot of movie lately, and I wanted to do justice to anime because I'm a big anime guy. There's one that's really good, and there's one that's perfectly okay. So we're gonna go with the perfectly okay. The perfectly okay is hell mode in a world with awful balance. So basically, it's a hardcore gamer that gets reborn, sort of as an isekai, but it's an isekai at the Sword Art Online style, if you know what I mean. So he isn't a hardcore gamer. He wants to do the worst job at the hardest of difficulty. So it's actually quite a good anime because you get some summoning, you get some MP. So if you're a fan of that type of stuff, of stats, they do mention stats quite a lot. There is inventory. There is a sort of a black hole item that can eat everything. Talk about the stats boost. It's super interesting because, for example, if he needs, so he's gonna fight a boss which he needs to run away from. And what I'll do is I'll summon like a bunch of summon that makes him faster. So I'll delete summon that makes him stronger and get summon that makes him faster. So, and that, no, I thought it was quite nice. The guy went in the boondocks. So basically what he does is, so for example, right, his father tells him a blessing of the god. The blessing of the god is what? The blessing of the god is when you're getting injured and you feel good. And the main character, which is our MC, is like, okay, well, this is a level up. And he's able to, so he even tests he even tests like his father, like his the neighbor. He tests the people close to him to see how strong they are. So what I love about this anime is that he's using the village as sort of a training ground. What I don't like is the first part is amazing because, like I said, he is phone is too hot, which is all good. Which is all good. He's using his knowledge of gaming to be able to say, okay, well, these people, they have these stats, these people are these level, these people, I can use it like that, right? But then you move as it's presented as this is super smart, this is super well thought of, but then all of this is meaningless because he goes to to be the noble, right? The noble family where he is the sort of the help, and because he is the help, it's very hot in the apartment. He cannot dictate what people do. So like, well, you're establishing that this character is one of the more sort of leadership role, but then you're establishing him as a servant. So all of his experience as a leadership kind of runs away. There's this other part where you're kind of halfway to the season 1. When I say halfway, I don't mean halfway. I mean better part of 3/4 of it. And then you realize that there's an enemy that is super strong. Super strong, which is the Kobold King, right? And there's a human that goes in, which we never seen fight, we never seen how strong he is. We have no clue what he's supposed to present. He's a high-ranking knight, and he takes him down like one shot. It's like, okay, well, this guy took one shot to destroy all of what our main character did, but it doesn't make sense. Why? Because the day before, there's an enemy that is not killable, and our main character is able to escape from it. So you're able to escape from a monster, but you're not able to escape from the King of Kobold. There's another character that goes in. There's a lot of try to be cool. There's a lot of try to aura farm that don't work. In my opinion, the anime is actually really good. The concept is really cool. There's a lot of great things in anime. The art style is okay. It's not crazy, but it's okay. Some of it is really good. Some of it is really bad. You can tell there's a drop in quality sometimes, and sometimes it's actually pretty good. I'm gonna say something that's very bad, but if it had stayed in the Boondocks, where it's more simple, where you got like 20 villager, 30 villager, it would have been perfect. But they changed a lot, and then you introduce a lot of characters, you don't explore them, you introduce a lot of mechanics, but you don't explore them, so you're left with a bunch of nothing burger, which kind of sucks, right? However, we got a second one, and the second one, oh my god. The second one, I have to name it by name, and I have to show you the picture, because it is so good. I'm telling you right here, you see, we've been inside for like half an hour, not even 20 minutes, not even, and the phone is already too hot to film. Basically, if I'm going outside, I'm getting bitten by mosquitoes, so that's that. I'm going to show you exactly what it is, because I'm going to be honest, I know the name, but I don't know the pronunciation, right? But it's just so good. It is called Geltmir. Just basically this. It was so good. Wow. It is just so good. What a legendary piece of content. Like, just looking at it, we did watch it yesterday. But it was just so good. I freaking hate this. I entered the comments like a week ago. I'm sorry, this has nothing to do with movies or anime. I'm so sorry. I freaking hate this. I answered a comments like a week ago. And that comments was like, hey, you remember me. And I answered it. And my video was like, hey, don't worry about if I remember you. Like, I don't need to remember you. As long as you're okay with who you are and what you look like and who the person that you are. It doesn't matter what I think about you or I remember you. Me remembering you doesn't make you a good person. Doesn't make you a better person, right? It doesn't make you more memorable. And I'm not gonna say no, right? Because it's not a thing to do. And at the end, the person I didn't remember. The first person. And again, it has nothing to do with what I'm trying to say or the ending, but I think it's an important point to make because I think as a life lesson is actually quite interesting. The guy tells me exactly who he is, and I'm like, oh, that guy is an asshole. Ugh. The second guy is a lot nicer, right? A lot nicer. I know who he is. But then I have another guy saying, hey, I remember you. Hey, I remember you. But we get 14 freaking comments. Oh, do you remember me? No, dude, you left. And it's so annoying because on one way, like, dude, you're looking for attention. You're trying to get validation by me remembering you, which is a really weird thing, parasocially speaking. Parasocially speaking, it's very, very odd. Retro is dying. I'm sorry, I spent the last 3 days on that shit. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired. But yeah, so mostly speaking, if your validation, if your value as a person relies on a content creator that you've been following for like a year, the craziest thing you know what? I guarantee you it's it. With it. I'm gonna make you guys laugh. Okay. Remind you. I was sure that this guy unfollowed me. That was cool.
Ce filtre-là est décidément le filtre.
Even in the light, it was demanding attention. I just don't like the question. Do you remember me? Piece of shit. If I acknowledge your existence, I'm not an important person. I'm not gonna make your life better. It's not a flex. Hey, you remember me? It should be a flex, right? But then, and again, I understand where you're coming from. I understand the question. I understand the line of questioning. Like, of course, you want your existence to be acknowledged and people remember you because the life is going right. But what if I remember you negatively? I still remember you, right? And what if I don't? I look like the asshole. So I'm either remembering you because you're a good person, because you're a bad person, or not remembering you. In one out of the 3 cases, it's positive. And are most people nice? Are most people remembered in a positive fashion? Let's look at this shit, okay? But let's get back to Geltner. Let's get back. I'm sorry, I had a little rant because I was looking at the I was looking at TikTok because I'm uploading a video, and I want to make sure that it's uploading. So Geltner is freaking phenomenal. I would put it at the level of something like Akane no Kill. I would put it at something like Soul Heater. It's very good. I wouldn't put it at Death Note. I would put it at these things, right? So the reason why Geltner is so good, I'm gonna spoil the shit out of it. So pay attention. If you don't want to pay attention, next time. I'm exhausted. Look at this. I'm exhausted. I had a dimple here, but look at the black eyes. Black Eye Club. No, thank you. So Geltner is so fantastic. At first, it was sort of a dude. You can transform into a mascot, right? And it's so well made because the writing is so good. Ultimately speaking, though, I have to be honest, a lot of it relies on plot twists. It's sort of bleachy in that sense. So when you watch the second time, it's not as good. It's not as good, right? Why am I saying this? Well, for example, Attack on Titans. So, for example, when you know that that Reynold and Bertold are both the Titans, you notice that they're never there when the Titans separate. When you notice that they try to find who's the Titan, you notice that they're more nervous. You notice that when Eren talks about the Titans and how the attack was, they are interested. They're not just for the right reason. Like, how did you guys survive? Annie, when it is the talk of finding out who's the Titan, she's not super reactive, but you can tell that she's not at ease, right? So when you understand this, there's kind of details that you understand, like, oh, nice. For example, if you know when the father of Eren was eaten by Eren, there's a ton of like clues. In the first season, Eren is able to kind of go back in time to you meet him, and you see him in season 1. It's like, holy shit! And even then, you look at the intro and like, okay, wow, this is actually the event of. But a show like Bleach doesn't. How can I put this? Doesn't. I love Bleach. I absolutely love Bleach. But a show like Bleach, the first time you watch it, or the first time you read it, it's fantastic. It doesn't get rewarded for the fact that you know the plot because, for example, okay, so you know that Aizen was the one that killed the Momo. Okay, well, now that I know that Aizen is not dead, I know that Aizen's a bad guy. The Hueco Mondo, you know that the 10, you know that they're all gonna get killed. That's something that you assume. One of them is nice, which is Neo, but none of them are super like. they expect one of them to betray, one of them to be like, okay, well, I'm kind of nice, I'm stuck here. Even then, when you look at the Ewatch, when we realized Ewatch, the mother of Ichigo was a Quincy. Remember that you realized that Ewatch was in his katana, or in Zanpakuto. When you rewatch it, you're like, okay, well, this is not good because I know that you're not the power of. So I know that you're trying to stop Ichigo. So you're telling him that you're making him stronger if you don't. Another thing, you realize that you realize why Byakuya doesn't like his sister because she reminds him of his ex-wife, which is hard for him. You realize why Rukia was not able to get her power back. Then a plot twist. One of the best example, the Vassal Lording, which is the ex-captain. When you read about this, it's insane. But then when you reread it, it doesn't serve a purpose. Like, okay, well, there's another new captain. I know why, but it doesn't solve the problem. They're not super respected. There's not, you know. Also, the last example I'm going to give, because otherwise I'm going to be here for the whole night. The father of Shishigo, being a Shinigami captain, is super cool because you know that he saw Khan, he knew exactly who was Khan. He saw Ichigo run away from the house with a Shinigami costume, and his Zanpakuto is fantastic because, you know, oh my god, you knew. But then, why didn't you stop your son? Like, the sole reason that you left so society was to live with your Quincy wife, but also for your kids not to be involved, right? Right? And then you realize how good the character is. And there's one missed opportunity, for example, the father of Ichigo, which is Ishin Kurosaki. I don't know if Kurosaki is the wife or the father, I don't know. But you remember that you realize that Ishin possibly had to deal with so much because his wife, which he loved, he worshipped, and he was a simp before simp as well, was killed by a hollow, and he could have stopped it. Uryu loses power of Quincy's. You realize that he gets Quincy power back. You realize the teacher that he had was the grandfather, right? The father was a better teacher. So you realize, okay, well, your father was a better teacher. Why is your grandpa teaching? Right? Right? Doesn't make any sense. So society, you realize that they trust Ichigo because they know that. So problem with Bleach, and again, I love Bleach. Problem with Bleach is, so if you actually look at Dragon Ball, I'm gonna change subject because otherwise I'm gonna go for hours. You actually look at Dragon Ball, and you look from the Saiyan saga to the Freezer saga, 1.5. So in less than half, you have the Cell saga and you have the Buu saga. You actually look at the Buu saga and the Cell saga, they're very small. So Cell saga is extremely small. Why? Because you got the Android saga. The Buu saga is extremely small because you get the Babidi saga, which is basically not allowing Buu to be revived, which is kind of fucked up because he introduced Supreme Kai, who has no purpose against Buu, Super Buu, except for getting Gohan trained to be Ultra Gohan, just for Gohan to be eaten in a couple of seconds, which robs us of Goku and Gohan fusion, which is fucked up because it would have been amazing. But hey, with Bleach, going back to Bleach because this is also a good example, you spend so much time going to Soul Society just to realize that, hey, you know, Soul Society would kind of need you. So you spend the whole time trying to save Rukia, which again is important because you do save her. Just for Soul Society entirely to realize that, no, you know what? She deserved to be killed. We were wrong. We need Ichigo, so we help Ichigo, but there's never a story to Rukia. This is the second watch through. This is the third watch through. Another anime that deserves to be watched more than once is Tokyo. So Tokyo is super important. So Tokyo, for example, when you realize it was the one-eyed ghoul king, which is Arima, you realize that this was foretold because you realize that when it comes to the Dove, most of them don't wear glasses, and only one of them wear round glasses. And Arima shows up. And Arima has. You realize that the boyfriend of the sister of Nishiki was Arima, and you realize that Arima possibly knew that they were freaking ghoul. So when they introduce Nishiki, the anti-ghoul, Nishiki is a confirmed ghoul in the eyes of Arima. So basically, by knowing there's a ghoul there, it's like, okay, well, is there more ghouls? So start investigating. No, he leaves that. Why? Because he's the one-eyed ghoul, right? And yeah. So Geltnir, I watched it once. I don't know if it served a purpose to be watching twice, but it's so good because the way I'm gonna be honest, it was 4 hours and a half. I haven't been paying attention to an anime like that in so long. But again, it's my first watch. When you get my second watch, that's not enough. That's not good enough. Why is it so good? It's the story of a kid which is coming to a mascot. I actually don't realize why he's transforming, right? And then you get another girl, and that other girl is having a gold coin. And we don't know what the gold coin does, but the gold coin is very important. So then you're like, okay, well, what's that gold coin? Gold coin for? Another person shows up, which is also able to this is insane how good it is. First of all, the kid with the mascot costume, it's so important because the main character, which is Shizu, or Shizu, something like that. And the girl is insane, she's a psychopath. So it's so cool because she's a psychopath with no power. You got the main character, which is with power but not a psychopath. So she's able to do what it needs, but she cannot do it, and our main character is able to do what we need, but we doesn't want to. So this is really good. So there's a person that comes in, and she's like, hey, I'm gonna steal your power. I'm gonna steal your coin. Well, this point is important, right? So then we meet the alien, and we realize, like, hey, this is why you can transform, because you drink a potion that makes you transform into a guy who can actually freaking save people, right? And then because she's able to do that, we learn a lot. So we learn that the sister of the girl was also a coin bearer, which is why she can transform. And then you realize, like, okay, well, the reason why she killed your parents because, okay, so basically the girl wants to get revenge because the sister killed her parents, but then the sister's like, no, my parents were shitty, I didn't want to kill them. You're better off without them. And the sister's like, oh yeah, you're right. So there's a ton of things which is kind of crazy, but the most important part is I'm not going to tell the whole story, if I could, is that they realize that a lot of people can transform. They gave a gold coin to the alien. The alien is a guy, a spaceship trash. There's not really a good reason as to why you need the coins, but if he gets all the coin, he can leave the planet, and that's his goal. So he's like, okay, well, guess what? If you give me coin, I'm going to give you special jewels that get exhaust one wish, right? I'm going to spoil it, by the way. So you go the whole yard, you go into finding coins, you're able to find a couple of them, then you realize that there's two clans, right? There's the people that are embracing their nature, and the people which is our group, which is still very human. They're like, okay, well, you know what? We are a monster, we're able to transform, but we're still very human, right? And there's a third clan. The third clan is like, you know what? Our leader's gonna get all the coin, and if you get all the coin, I'll be able to give you what you want, right? So there's a couple of really cool things because there's a clan that is too weak and too lacking of will to do what needs to be done, which is our main clan. There's a clan that is strong enough to do what it needs to, but doesn't have the power to do what it needs to. And there's another clan which is the kind of like a monocracy, which is the king, and they're following his bidding. But then they're following the bidding. It's not purposeful. They're just finding a coin, right? So why the story is so good? Because we don't know why the character is the way he is, right? So then you realize that it's all part of the clan. It's all part of the friend. So you realize that there's a friend group, and the friend group was where the main character was. And there was this girl. She was the first one to find a coin, right? She's like, hey, can I help you find a coin? I got a bunch of friends. So she showed the picture. And in the picture, you got all the main characters of the story, which is the leader of one clan, our main character, another character, a third character, which is the strongest, right? Why is the strongest? Because he has this white lady. This white lady ends up being the spirit of the first girl. The first girl is like, hey, I'm going to disagree. This is why you doesn't remember. And then you realize that the reason why he became the master that he is in the abandoned house when you chill, there was a puppet. That puppet was what form? The mascot form. So you realize that this is so freaking nice. So freaking nice. The story is so well written. The story is, I'm telling you, I haven't paid attention to the screen in so long. It was just perfect. The plot twist was amazing. Like, for example, right, there's this guy who's able to do all the flowers. He's able to grow flowers. So this guy is a pacifist. He is really cool. For example, he's a group of people that go after him. What he does is he creates sort of a wall of trees. Okay, they won't be able to find us. There's another one where he grows watermelon. So now our main character, he's like, well, you gotta stop that. So what he does is the girl, which is a psychopath, she asks him to grow a poisoned flower. What they do is they burn the poisoned flower. So the greatest thing is the main character, as far as it goes, he is able to do what needs to be done, which makes him less human. And then you realize that this is the whole point. Like, finding the coins will give you wishes. Finding a coin will make you more human, but what is the price of it? Which is why the first girl unalive herself. Yeah. Which is insane. The story of killing is just so great. It's just so strongly recommended. And that's pretty much it. So Geltnir, amazing. Like I said, my issue with Geltnir is I watched it once. No, to be honest, I watched it once, and I don't know how it would watch the second time. But if I'm being 100% honest, and I'm being truthful, I can't think of a negative point to say about Geltnir. There was no time where I was falling asleep. There was no time where I thought the pacing wasn't good. The plot twist was really good. Maybe the plot twist happens a bit too late. So the plot twist happens a bit too late, and it's the majority of the end. So basically what happened is the show, the first season was like an hour, 4 hours and a half. Let's say that between 3 hours and 3 hours 45 is a plot, which is how it all started. Main character became the puppet, right? Which is fantastic. Just to tell you, at first we have a main character, which is remembering things, and his mind is the word. Some of the word is a black bar on top of it. And like, okay, well, that's because it was a mascot. He doesn't remember. Now the girl wished for her friend to forget about her, which is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Yeah. And even the leader of the bad guy is the one that wants all the things for himself. You realize that he's a loser in real life. Nobody ever helped him. You have like a good guy. There's one of his performances, and it's so well done. It's so well done. So one of his underlings gets hurt. And people are like, kill him. He's weak. And then the leader goes in, takes out one of his own teeth, give it to him. So if you're suffering, I'll suffer with you. And guess what happened? There's a monster, like a huge guy, like a super, super strong guy, that attack a group of survivors, or our main group of characters. And guess what? He's missing one teeth. So you know that's the main guy. Which is super good. Oh, they get their asses kicked. They're so good. It's so good. But yeah, that's pretty much the story. The art style is phenomenal. It's fantastic. It's really freaking cool. The idea of the girl taking over their body by entering it and controlling it is fantastic, because with a weak little character, you got a strong little character. It's sort of done though. It's sort of a Evangelion. It's sort of a turning into France. Sorry about that. It's sort of a. I would say Gundam. The suits don't have a personality, so that's a bit different. But yeah. And again, the art style is very cool. A lot of nakedness without showing nakedness, so it's cool. But you know that the main public is possibly dudes, which is not a big deal. I'm like, hey, if you like this is fantastic, so go ahead. Do I think there's this need? It depends. The thing was his need for nudity. The way it's presented is weird, because it's mostly one girl that gets naked, and it's the female counterpart, and she's like very okay with it, and you're like, how? This is weird. This is a bit simple, right? For example, there's sort of things that are not explained. So for example, at the very beginning of the episode, at the very beginning of the series, so the main character said the girl, because she is going to be burning, so he saves her, right? And he takes out her panties, because the monster inside of him wants her. So he's about to rape her. Then he realized, I'm doing something wrong. It's never explained. So there's some part of that are lacking. However, I think this is possibly a problem with the animation, not the manga. The manga is possibly explained. The manga is 14 volumes, so kind of long. I'm back to check. But yeah, it is so good. It is so good. The way it's told, the way the story is made. It just, I do think the main character plays a big role to why I like the anime so much. Like, I did talk about it suffered. Let me go check something. So long ago. Whoa. So I don't belong on this planet. What am I singing? Some regular writer? Because funnily enough, we watched a show a song 2 days ago, and the song was called Lost. And the mention of Evangelion. Watching Evangelion, I love the plot a little while ago. Whoa. Music. See, I'm tired. When I'm tired, I lose focus, which is not that hard. So, yeah. So, if you look at the number of chapters, I don't think is that important. But I strongly recommend it. And I'm gonna be honest, like the last anime that I saw that was really good, that was worth something. Tower of God was good, but it wasn't that good. No, it wasn't that. It's good, but it's so like what's in the world that I don't understand. That's when I watched. I was that good. I'd say possibly possibly, he's going to be a hero, yeah. Going to be a hero. If I have to choose again, I would probably go with making this nameless village a impenetrable fortress. It's really good. Anyway, love you guys, take it easy. Peace. It's awesome. Why am I this way? Took medicine. Oh, so terribly low. I don't belong on this planet. Don't link is your going It's doing having a wonderful day on his glorious night, doing glorious freaking 20th July 2026. I am gonna be honest, I am the first. Oh, never mind. Okay, never mind. Okay, good. Okay, good. It's the 20th of July. I'm so tired. I'm gonna do this. I don't think I'm gonna do an intro today. I have to, but I'm not gonna do it too long. Don't look at you playing, come to the show. We're doing hopes having a wonderful day. We've been up for 16 hours. Pretty tired, but I want to do a last video, so let's go. Today we're doing movies. We're doing 4 movies. I gotta be honest, one of them was really good. The rest was sort of okay at best. So yeah, I'm sorry. What is ways to start a video? I hope you guys are doing well. I hope everything is okay. I'm sorry about this. I had one hell of a day. So, you know what? I'm gonna be completely honest. 2 of those movies are fantastic. 2 of those movies are not so great. So we're gonna go in order before yesterday. We haven't done movies in a couple of days. Why? Because we got a new playthrough the tower, which is demanding all my attention, which is making me exhausted. So the first movie that we watched, which was the best of the 4 by far, was IT with Pierce Brosnan. It was just phenomenal. So Pierce Brosnan so the story of the movie is Pierce Brosnan is this rich businessman who owns a company where you're kind of Uber. The way to describe it is a Uber for airplane, just for billionaires. So basically what happened is there is an application that is created, which is, again, to order a airplane. So the needed IT guy enters this genius, right? This genius has this problem where he is sort of very intense, and he's trying to get close to the family because once he looks at the daughter is hot, the daughter is underage, and he's like, well, in the movie she's underage, I'm sure the actress is not, because she was, and by the way, there's a scene where she masturbates, so I hope she wasn't underage. That's okay. So in the story, he falls in love, and then he's like, you have a really nice house, I'd like to have a house like that. It doesn't mean that he's gonna steal the house, it doesn't mean that he envied the house, but at the same time, it means that, okay, well, you know, this guy is seeing himself in the future. And at first, this is what's sad about the movie. At first, Pierce Brosnan see a guy with ambition. You see a guy who's like, okay, well, this guy has a thirst for money. I got money. I got a thirst for what he has, which is knowledge and IT. So we can serve each other, right? Which is great. So he goes in, introduces his family. The guy right away breaks it. So, for example, the daughter tells him, he has a daughter on Facebook, and he's like, hey, are you what's going on? He's like, I'm bored. So the guy shows up with a bottle of alcohol. And Pierce, what I love about the movie, what I really like about the movie, is that right away, what he does is, he's like, hey, you're not invited. Family friend, go away. So I like that he's trying to establish boundaries. And the character of Pierce Brosnan is phenomenal. So then the IT guy gets pissed off, and the IT guy starts fucking up the company. what is really cool is that it's showing up the AI, how far it can go. The action is actually really cool. So, for example, the moment where Pierce Brosnan is using his car, and his car does have intelligent brakes. So the guy is able to hack in the system for brakes, able to use the brakes, which forces Pierce to take a break, right? I love that he uses, one of my favorite parts of the show is that it shows the power of AI, but in a kind of like a good way. So, for example, right, they go to this, so he hired this sort of cleaner, if you will, which is the killer. And the cleaner for the internet. So what he does is like, okay, well, I have access. So he's like, well, because the antagonist is a hacker, he doesn't trust the cloud, which means that he has thumb drive. You can find a thumb drive, you can find pretty much everything. So then Pierce Brosnan, because he doesn't know anything about the computers, has a problem finding the thumb drive, which leads the IT guy to show the apartment. And he's able to be like, hey, guess what? Guess what? I have camera, I have eyes on you, I'm able to say exactly where he is. So the guy, which is the cleaner, which is the IT guy, is able to help Pierce Brosnan escape. The movie is actually really good. I was so afraid. Because I thought it was going to be like, oh, be careful with AI, which I think is important to be careful with AI. I don't think it's the root of all evil. I think it's sort of like a gun, if you will. A gun is not dangerous in the hand of the proper person, right? There's how many police officers with a pistol compared to the people in the streets with a pistol? No more police officers is there shooting every single day. And they're just shooting through police. Right? Because if they test to, okay, well, are you able to have access to it, right? The movie itself is actually really good. There's lots of suspense. My only kind of gripe with it is, like, they made it the main antagonist so interesting. So, for example, at the beginning, it was a guy that went to the army he went to the army, so he had a lot of knowledge because he was able to get a lot of knowledge from secret services. But then you realize it's all bullshit. You got fired for being a perv, right? So you're like, okay, well, you made an interesting character, which is dangerous because he has knowledge on technology that is military grade, and to simply a perf. So you take away from the character by simplifying him. You have to do it because it's to villainize the guy. But I like the fact that Pierce Brosnan is a rich dude, and the other guy is just smart. So who's gonna win, money or knowledge? Right? And sadly, money is the hero here, right? The antagonist at first starts to be like super interesting, like charismatic, and I gotta say, you root for him. For example, he looks at the daughter, which is a bit weird because she's underage, but at the same time, it does feel a bit more. It's not because it does feel a little bit more. What should I call it? There's a couple minutes where you think that this guy is just trying to get close to Pierce for the money, because he goes to the restaurant, takes a picture of this cleavage and the waitress, which is also very well portrayed. That's it. So that's the movie. It was a really good movie. Honestly, I had a lot of fun. The second movie of the day was The Neighbor, which is the guy who plays Mahone and prison break. I don't know the name of the story. But that movie wasn't that great. So the story sadly wasn't that great. The story is the story of a neighbor, the cute couple coming in, and the guy is in a loveless marriage. He's tired of his wife, so he finds a new neighbor to be freaking hot. He's like, hey, what if I had a chance with her? The thing I would do to her are non-speakable, right? So he had a crush on the neighbor, and he's in a loveless marriage, so he doesn't move, right? So the movie is portrayed happy. I'm such a simple dude. It is kind of crazy. So the neighbor, in my opinion, wasn't a great movie, right? So there's a new neighbor that comes in. The husband is a complete asshole, which is probably the same way to the movie because it's not so much about the marriage not working. It's about the neighbor being in a bad love situation. The both neighbors, which is our main character, which is Malone, in a bad situation with his wedding, and the other one, which is also a bad situation because the husband is violent, right? Moms. My mom's with me. I will be there. I'm just bringing in tomorrow, and she texted me yesterday. Are you okay for tomorrow? Yes. Are you okay for Tuesday? Yes, ma'am. Today, this morning. She's like, hey, don't forget about tomorrow. Yes, ma'am. Now she texts me please confirm for tomorrow. Usually I'm a bit more energy than this. I am less now. Good night. Good night, mom. Love you. And I don't want to be an asshole. Good, good. Good, 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 good. So yes, like I was saying, now dude, I can have to do this video like midday because at night I can't work. And not really my mom, she's tired, so it's not my fault. It's my fault for getting up this morning. It was a really busy day, which was great. Yeah, so with my mom, so with the movie itself is actually kind of boring because it's a server. So you realize that the wedding is not really. So for example, he's not really spying on them. You hear them having sex, which is my home character, the main character, protagonist, and he tries to have sex with his wife, and she rejects him. So the movie pretty well explained like this is the proof that this wedding is not going well. Him not having sex is not easy. The wife being kind of complex is the guy knows he's an asshole. For example, she'll tell him about stuff, and you can tell that he's disconnected. You can tell that he's not in love. So you go, I don't care. And he doesn't say I don't care, but he shows that he don't care. And the wife, instead of like being like, okay, well, you know what, maybe I should change something. Maybe I should change interest, right? For example, so they have this conversation. And again, I feel like I'm blaming the wife, but I'm not. I'm just saying that's a good example of what they portray. So they're talking about something, which is her job, right? And then the guy's really connected, and he's like, hey, but she's like, you're not listening to me. What did I just say? Like, absolutely didn't listen, right? Hey, I'm sorry, he lies. He said I have a deadline for tomorrow, which is not true. But his wife is like, look at the past show lies. It's like, people, you kind of you believe for the lie of him being too busy and too worried to help you, to listen to you. But then he has to do something, which doesn't make any sense. It doesn't mingle. So they get close, they have the past, he has the past of smoking weed, the lady she's smoking weed, the neighbor she's smoking weed. They get really close. One of the also the main driving gayness is neighbor, because they have a neighborhood. And that was actually well done. It was actually really well done. So he has this neighborhood party in the beginning to welcome a new neighbor, but she's cute. And you got this other guy which is an asshole. And he's like, oh dude, she's hot. Her shorts are crippled. And he's like, this guy's an asshole. So what the neighbor does, which is not the neighborhood neighbor, what he does is he reinforces the feeling of, dude, this girl is trying to take in, she's an asshole, you like her, just try it, shoot your shot, right? Which is kind of cool. And, but he encourages her. So at the end, what happened is, Mahone goes in, he makes a move, she gets rejected. What he does is, he's gonna fight the boyfriend attack him. What he does is he takes a golf club, I showed him the golf club owner, which he hits the golf club owner, and, it's kind of nice because it's kind of like he's arrested. Oh my god, he killed him. So then the neighbor, which he was in love with, called the cops and gets arrested. So why was the movie not that great? Because the whole character is just boring. It's just boring. It's a dude that is very looking for the proper term, not to be offensive. He settled down. He's very okay in his bullshit. He's very okay in how he feels. He's very okay in the situation. He's very okay with the world surrounding him. And that is not a bad thing per se, but it just is weird in the sense of why. And again, the movie that was portraying the relationship before the neighbor is, right? So for example, if you had a portrayal of this couple is on the rock before, it explains a lot more. Now it just feels like, hey, there's this new neighbor, me and my wife are not getting along, but I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna be okay with it. But now there's this new neighbor, maybe I'm gonna do a move. Be like, dude, if it wasn't for the neighbor, you'd be still in that shitty situation. So your point of motivation is purely luck, and this point of motivation, which is purely luck, doesn't make any sense because if it didn't happen, you would be in a position that you are in. So your portrayal, which is, hey, she's really pretty and she is my neighbor, only makes sense when your wedding is not working. Your wedding is not working, you didn't leave her because you settled down. So the fact that there was this one thing that changed, you done settling down. So the point of motivation is not that clear. You're like, okay, well, it's a bit weird. That did not make sense? Okay, I'm gonna say it again. Give me a sec. Stupid medicine, not doing anything, lost. Why am I filming this? Because I'd rather film this and be like, hey, I did it, than not filming it like, okay, well, he said he's busy, he said he's not focused, he said that he has a lot to take care of. You don't actually see him do anything else than this. Blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna repeat what I was saying, right? Because I don't get the proper dramatized thing, right? So the guy, we don't know the situation before the neighbor moves on. The guy, from the way he is, he's very settled, he's very pacific, he's very accepted of his reality. So you know that he's not happy, but he's accepted of that, right? So the nucleus, which is the reason why the whole movie's going on, is because his neighbor moved in. My problem with the movie, if the neighbor didn't move in, he would still be in a shitty wedding. How shitty is the wedding if you're not willing to leave? Right? It doesn't make sense. Also, Like for example, you had this whole point where the husband's an asshole. But again, if the husband wasn't, this is the crazy part, because both of those things I'm gonna say are very small increments of the reason why the movie's going on, right? If the husband was an asshole, if he was a nice guy, if he was like a good dude, would you actually go after him? Would you actually go after his wife? If the wife was in love, so it's both. It's like three instances where you're questioning the motivation of the main character, the protagonist, which is again, she is cute, she's being mistreated, is an asshole, doesn't deserve her. You're winning this film. Take away one of those, one of the two, and there's no movie, right? So it just seemed like very poor. And again, I like the actor of that own, he's a great actor. He's talented. This is poor portrayal of the situation. All you need to do is right. All you need to do is treat it, which is super simple. First of all, right, you need to have before the movie is a relationship not going well. What I want to have also is a possible chance of him cheating with his wife, which means that he had this idea but didn't pull it, right? And he regrets not pulling it because it's wedding's not working, right? And third of all, I want the shopping. So if the couple came in and right away he noticed it, he's an asshole, and she's really good. And they go shopping, it's like, and the wife in the background is like, I'm almost at the joke, I'm like, these people were weird. I hope we don't have a dynamic neighbor. Then a total time pass, and then holy shit, they are our neighbor. So you have this prerequisite where you had the thought of he's an asshole, right? And the way you portray the guy as an asshole is when you treat these violence and there's a couple of like screaming, she gets hit. So it's like you don't portray it. So for example, she says, hey, I'm maybe she is suffering abuse, I'm gonna say it's disgusting, but maybe she's suffering abuse. The fact that she doesn't proclaim that she's being abused, the fact that she's not seeking your help, the fact that she didn't ask for your help doesn't allow you to issue, right? Of course, the right thing to do is to tell the boyfriend like fuck up, don't touch her. But at the same time, if she's accepting of that, or you to say, hey, you're dumb because you're getting hit and you're not saying anything. You don't know what the person is feeling. You don't know if they're in chemistry. You don't know if when he's sober he's a nice guy. You don't know. So yeah, so the movie does a very poor portrayal. The kid comes in right away. I would have loved the father to close to his kid, but even then, not really. So the father's not close to the kid, and the kid gets close to Scott, which is the husband of the movie. Because Scott is a funny guy. He's a charismatic guy. He swears. The son is like, oh, this is sort of a the son is in a university. Like, this is a grown ass dude. He reminds me of one of the frat bros, right? Somebody showing him. If the father poor portrayal, poor relationship, kind of pushes the son away for the neighbor, then it's like, oh, this guy stole my son. You don't have a good relationship with your son. If you had a good relationship, you're not left, right? Again, it's just the main character is a pushover, and you just feel bad because he's such a pushover. And you want to tell him this. Do a lot of the things that's going on in your life because it didn't happen, right? And that sucks. Like, so also one of the main point is the neighbor, she's like, hey, I'm gonna leave my home. But at no point is like, are you gonna leave your wife? At no point she's showing interest. She's telling him, which our main character, I'm gonna leave my home. And our main character is like, instead of saying, do you have a guy in mind? Do you have another relationship in mind? You're just like, oh, okay. What are you doing here? Again, it's so complex because you're married, so you don't want to jump the ship. At the same time, that ship is sinking. So either you're willing to sink with it, which is the failing marriage, or you're jumping in for another ship, which is the neighbor. I mean, there's what? Sinking the ship. Then, well, there's what? There's one free boat, and that free boat, no, there's one like safety vest. I'm gonna drift away from the boat. No, dude, you had a chance to board the boat, you missed it. Don't swim towards the boat. You missed it. So yeah, so not everyone. Even the ending. At the ending, like he defends himself, so he ends up killing the husband. If at the very least it was on purpose. Because right now, so this guy's an asshole, and you see him being his girlfriend, and you find him doesn't. I mean, character doesn't. The first time he has balls in the show, in the movie, and he's like, "Don't touch her." And Scott, which is the boyfriend, I guess the boyfriend, what the fuck did he push him, and then our main character takes like a golf club and hits him. So he's going to accidentally kill the guy. He didn't have any intent, and when the cops comes in, it's like, oh well, then what are you gonna get charged with? Like the whole movie purpose is, oh, his new neighbor becomes his obsession. Would it be like that because I'm comfy and I'm tired, so I allow myself to be comfy. comes to obsession. Like literally, the portrayal of the poster is Mahone looking down at the girl who's being changed. So it's supposed to be like sort of an obsession. Yes, the guy's obsessed. Yes, he constantly think about her. Yes, he constantly speak in the garden. But to no extent. So it's like, hey, dude, I can't repent this. And I got a couple of photographs of her being naked. So it's very pacifist. I'm like, what the heck? What the heck? Today's movie, we did watch the movie today. The movies weren't that great. We had St. Vincent, which was okay. So St. Vincent is the story of Bill Murray, which is actually pretty good acting. So he comes in as this shitty man, right? So there's this kid, and there's what's her name? Melissa McCarthy, which I adore. I really like her as Tammy. So they're the new neighbors. The old neighbor is a grumpy dude, which ends up being played by Bill Murray. Bill Murray is portrayed in the movie perfectly, which is an old grumpy man. The kid doesn't have any life survival. It's really cool because the kids get kind of bullied. So bullying is not cool, but the kid being bullied kind of pushes Bill Murray character to take care of him. So Bill Murray character is actually like a really good character because you see the kid, it's like, dude, I'm gonna be a babysitter. You do what I want to do. So for example, he goes to track, he goes to drink. So he's kind of like an asshole, but he's a proper asshole. And he does teach a kid. At the end, he does teach the kid some pretty valuable lesson. So when you look at it like that, it's like, okay, well, this is not such a bad thing. The method behind it is very poor. The result is actually very poor, but it makes sense, right? It was actually fantastic. However, there's a couple problems with the movie. So the mother being absent, she gives, and again, I like the portrayal of Maggie, she Melissa McCarthy, but she gives shit to the neighbor because the neighbor is dating a prostitute. He goes to the bar, he goes to the race, right? You're blaming him, but you're not there. And for example, the kid has a what should we call it? It's okay, it's too late now. What happened? I forgot to put the microphone on the phone. But I'm done in like 20 minutes, not even so. Is there a point here? Not really. Are we gonna be okay? Yeah. It just sucks. It just sucks. Yeah, good. So let's go. So with St. Vincent, like the character of Maggie is supposed to be this righteous mom, but she's not really righteous. The father of the kid, which ends up being a cheater, ends up being a good guy. So he gets cheating on the mom, which is disgusting. But every single time that he's cheating on the mom, you're like, oh my god, this guy's such a bad dude. But then he comes in and he's actually like, the father's actually a good dude, you know? And the kid's super mature. So for example, the kid gets bullied at the beginning, then he makes a friend, so life is better. And you realize that because of the Bill Murray character, right? He's able to fight himself. There's a lot of saving grace, for example. The kid doesn't believe in God. Well, it's not that he doesn't believe in God, he just doesn't have an indication for God. For gods. And then he learns about holy people, he learns about the saints, which is why the movie is called Saint Vincent, right? Because he thinks that his neighbor is a saint. There's a lot of like good moments in the movie. It's just not really well made. For example, the prostitute is only endearing because she takes care of him when he has a stroke, which is kind of the later third of the movie. So for the first 2/3, she's not doing good. The guy has a wife, Bill Murray has a wife, she ends up dying, which does serve the purpose of he had his wife and he had this emotion, which led him to depression, but it doesn't serve a purpose. The purpose of the depression is that he insults the kid. She spends so much time talking about it for no particular reason. So it's kind of complex because the no particular reason is not true. So when the kid asks around why is he a saint, because you have a project to do, which is who is a person in your surrounding that you think would make a good saint. So the kid St. Vincent, right? So the kid goes to the hospital where their wife was, and it's like, oh well, we've been doing the cleaning for 11 years. Oh yeah, he's a good dude, but he's not. He's not. In the same movie, we see him stealing medication from the cabinet. So like these people are protecting the guy that stole from them. You know. The main character is actually pretty well done because she's a big mom that's trying to offer the best for the kid, but at the same time, there's so little purpose to the character. Not in the sense of who she is as a person, as a mom. I think as a mom, she's doing the best she can, which is very valuable. But there's a little purpose. For example, so she's working in an hospital. They make a big deal of the fact that she has to work in double shift because they need to replace her, which ultimately leads the kid to the bar, which is horrible. And then the next day, there's no consequences. So you take the kid to the bar, and it's not like, oh my god, take my kid to the bar. Fuck you, dude. There's something that's really wrong. Just like, well, did you have a good time? Okay, cool. So kind of bad stuff. And the movie suffers from that. The movie does suffer. Like if you take Maggie, you make her a little bit more pressed, a little bit more worried. If you take the kid and you make him a bit acting different, for example, he starts swearing or he starts talking about betting. would have been cool, but she don't show, and you're automatically putting the kid against his mom because you're choosing to protect Bill Murray character by not saying. So, for example, the mom gets pissed off. Like, he takes you to the bar, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that's social study." Did he tell you that he was dating a prostitute? And the kid's like, "That's economy and biology," and you're like, "Dude, you're protecting an asshole." And yes, he does have redeeming quality. He has a lot of it. So, for example, he teaches the kids to fight. So, for example, the kid's getting bullied, and then he's like, "Hey, I know your mom's, and if you hurt this guy, I'm gonna hurt your mom." He's just a bad guy. Just a bad guy. And there's so many movies of that of bad father figure who ends up being kind of sweet. That Saint Vincent isn't that great. It's not bad per se, but it's not that great. And I gotta say, shout out to Bill Murray because he plays the guy that got a stroke. He plays it kind of really well. At the same time, it's tough because there's so many like. And again, you try to portray life, so not everything is important, but so many things are sort of meaningless that you don't really pay attention to it. And you're like, oh, okay. I don't know why to talk about that, but that was not super meaningful. Now we have the other movies I'm going to go on TV. Not too long ago, whoa, oh, I love the plot a while ago, ooh, the other movie though was phenomenal. Saint Vincent, I wanted to like it because ultimately speaking, it is a good movie. It is meaningful. Like, the guy ends up being a old grumpy dude, and at the end of the movie, he has a family. The prostitute is there, the kid is there. It's not Ed, like the kid. Maggie that's there. There's the kid that's there. So they're happy. They live together. And especially because you take this. And when I talk about Maggie, which is the character of Miss McCarthy, what I mean that like there's not a lot of purpose to a character. It's very simple. And I love the character. I love the actress too. But at the end of the movie, you can literally say that Saint Vincent is a better dude. He's a nicer guy. He's a prostitute. Well, you know what? She found a loving dude, and now she had her kid, so she's happy. You can tell that the kid in question was getting babysitter. Improved. He has friends now. He has a place where he belongs. He has a healthy relationship with his father. The healthy relationship with his father is important too. You look at Maggie. How much you get out of it? It's like, why are you rewarding everybody else but her? It's like, yo, what was the meaning of that, you know? It makes you question the importance of her character in the story. Because, ultimately speaking, what is the movie? The movie is the beginning is a person, they go through something, they improve, find a solution, and her character didn't improve, her character did digress. That's the constant care of the kid. So you just feel bad for her, because she lost a lot, you know? Investment is not punishment. Of course, she had a stroke, but still. Next, Silver Lining. So Silver Lining is a movie with Bradley Cooper and Jennifer Lawrence. I have heard bad stuff about the movie. I wasn't going to watch it. I spent not necessarily years avoiding that movie, but I could have watched it years ago and I didn't. I choose not to. Why? It's not important. It is important in the sense of I possibly should have watched it before, but I didn't. So then, I'm gonna check this right tomorrow. I don't belong on this planet. Something. Good. I think I was saying. Okay. Yeah. Right now we're it's going. And I know I'm repeating myself. That's all I can think about. Sadly. I want to do, and I have to do an intro like I didn't do one today. I don't think I've ever missed an intro, which is crazy. In years. Well, not in years, but in 2092. So, Silver Lining, I avoided, but it was actually a really good movie. It's the story of Bradley Cooper and Jennifer Lawrence. And to be honest, like, the reason why I watched it, so I gotta be honest, was somebody making something. Grace McKenny, I don't know what her name is, getting a lot of flack for Age Gap movies like that monthly. And people were talking about Silver Lining. Like, nobody cared about Bradley Cooper, which was much older than Jennifer Lawrence. And I'm like, oh, you know that. Did that mean you watch a movie? No, but see, it was still culturally relevant. Like, you know what? Why not? The movie really surprised me. It was actually really good. So the story of Bradley Cooper, which is a dude that's bipolar. We don't know that he's bipolar. He gets diagnosed, and that's why he has a relationship with his wife, and his relationship is not really going well. And the movie there's so much to like, so much that you don't really not necessarily don't understand. There's so much thing that's like, what the fuck? what was that for? So he had his wife, and his wife, so she ended up cheating on him. Sorry, even his portrayal, even the portrayal of the guy, the portrayal of the story of what happened for cheating, it's sort of weird. So he goes to see his wife, and his wife is cheating on him, and the guy said, "Hey, you should go." She's like, "What the fuck?" But then you realize that possibly meant that, hey, you're together now, and you don't belong here. You should go, right? So it's so weird because the main character, which is Bradley Cooper, ends up kind of being an unreliable narrator, but not in the sense of. Ugh. So I have to. I have to sort of delete it.
We're gonna April, baby.
Okay. Ugh, people. Okay, it's my fault, but I could have avoided that. Let's say, disons is let's say in French. Well, it's not let's say, but it's sort of similar to let's say. Right? And now I'm just gonna do something, which is make some storage. Ta 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 ta. Why ask why when there's no answer? And it's okay. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm very grateful for said pictures, but the goal wasn't to film it. Of course, I didn't do it on purpose, but still. Hey, no more. I'm gonna be honest. Right now, lately we've been struggling a lot with the whatchamacallit. And then I'm gonna do 259. I'm gonna go 258, 50. 50. Good. I'm gonna be honest, I've been struggling a lot with the storage lately. But I gotta be honest, we're doing good. We're doing good. Like, I'm not gonna have, well, it's big ask. I don't think I'm gonna have problem today. Maybe tomorrow, but today no. The greatest thing is I'm gonna be sleeping in tomorrow because there's no sunrise. So I get to do this, yeah. And good news, it is able. I don't know how much time it's gonna take, and I don't know how good we're gonna do, but we're gonna try our best. If I can finish this before, I don't have to worry about shit tomorrow, which is great. Okay, silver lining, right? So the story and Bradley Cooper ends up being like, so it's a guy that works on himself, and the first thing he wants to do is getting back his wife. The movie is really good and really well portrayed. Really well portrayed. So for example, how can I put this? He meets Tiffany, which is Jennifer Lawrence's character, and he realized that he has more in common with her than her ex-wife. And slowly the obsession, which is kind of good, the obsession with his ex-wife leaves. And the movie is so well put together that the closer he gets to Jennifer Lawrence, the better he is. The closer he is to her, the less he thinks about his wife. And the best he's doing mentally speaking, right? Then enter the complex, right, which is the family of Robert De Niro, because he's the father. Robert De Niro's character is kind of complex because he was his father that's gambling, and it doesn't add a lot to the story, right? So he's just like, okay, well, this is one of the reasons why the son is so stressed. There's a clear dislike of brothers. So what happened was Jake was the perfect kid. Jake is the older brother. Was the perfect kid. Bradley Cooper wasn't. That means that in his father's eyes, Jake was the promised kid, which is kind of shown throughout the movie as Bradley didn't have what it takes, sadly, which kind of sucks. But then it pushes the purpose of, okay, well, this is why he has problems. However, you're undoing because you said that the character of Bradley Cooper had bipolar disorder. Also, you always have characters like his friends. They're trying to make him seem better. but they do it so poorly. For example, there's the friend, right? And they keep on saying, so the movie is not perfect, it's flawed. They keep on saying like the wife doesn't want to see me there, but the wife's actually very caring. She's very caring towards Bradley Cooper character, the wife of the friend. It's like where did it get decided that she didn't like it, and then because it's an unreliable narrator, kind of started questioning why she doesn't want it there, and it didn't show. But then you realize the friend's a bit crazy also. So the weekend when he has rage, listen to metals and he punches on things, you're gonna have problems. So maybe Bradley's character was kind of like a nucleus, or they were talking together, you know, which is kind of sucky. But that's, I guess, what it is. This Chris Rock character that comes in. Chris Rock's character is so weird, and I love Chris Rock. So it is this guy that used to go in the same place that Red Cooper did, and he just fails. So there's like, okay, well, he didn't do good enough. He's brought back to the mental institute. For what purpose? If it was creating fear for Bradley to go back there, you can't understand. For what purpose? There's no purpose to it. So it's just like a big weird, right? But it's just to show the purpose is what? Showing that the father's an asshole. The father sees that the kid has a mental issue. It's like, no, that's why the kid trying to finish the game. So his father has a gambling problem, right? Jake ends up being one of the favorite characters. Then the figure when you meet him, he's an asshole. He's like, hey, I'm doing well. Hey, I'm married. You broke up with your girlfriend. Hey, I'm getting really good with my job. Oh, you don't have a job. Okay. To be an asshole. But then Jake has his brother back to go to an ego game together because it's a big game of ego. The father being a gambling addict means that they're a big fan of sports. Again, being a big fan of sport actually plays a role in Super Bowl because the betting and shit like that, which ultimately leads to the ending, which is kind of phenomenal, right? And so yeah, so what should we call this? Yeah, the brother protects it. They protect each other. There's love for each other. You're just needing to be bond. You feel like the father fucks with love. The mother, she's not an important. The mother, the saddest thing about her is she goes to the. This is actually really cool. It's a really good moment, but it's so sucky. The mom tells Bradley like how it's going at home. The father restarted to gamble pretty hard, right? And you're like, oh, okay, well, and Bradley comes in and he plays the role of the son that is caring, and he's like, hey. Mom tells me that you've been gambling heavily again, and then the father's like, oh, why did you tell him that? And you realize that Bradley possibly was the one that stopped his father from gambling. Now, Jennifer Lawrence's character, because the movie is based on the two of them, and it's really well written. Jennifer Lawrence, there's nothing about the character. She's fantastic, and of course, I think she's gorgeous. It's not because of that. I think her character is so cool. So, for example, okay. The way I put it, and again, I'm not trying to be an asshole. If you have bipolar disorder, this is not aimed at you. So the character of Bradley Cooper, his whole trauma, his whole what he's going through, everything he's going through is kind of linked to his sickness, kind of linked to his shitty family situation. Jennifer Lawrence's character is a person that's mourning. So basically what happened is, she was asexual. She was feeling, okay, so this is very interesting because, like, it not only makes sense, but it's kind of feasible in real life. So it's feasible, like, oh, well, that makes sense, right? So what happened is, she's a slut. She is a SLUTE, a WHORE, I don't know if there's another one. Is there another one? Okay, couple seconds. Solid things. Brain rot. Definitely brain rot. So many more, Did I completely lose my mind? Yes. Yeah, so, for some reason, the character of Jennifer Lawrence kind of don't feel sexual need. And then her husband dies and she becomes kind of this slut. She starts sleeping with everybody. And she's kind of super okay to talk about it, which is really cool because she is... Okay, so because of that, because she sleeps around, she's seen as this crazy, loony person, right? but she is okay with being crazy and loony. She's okay with that. Versus the character of Bradley Cooper, who promised, I'm doing well, don't worry about me, guys. And not taking my beds. I promised everybody that I was not gonna talk to my ex-wife. My only purpose is to talk to my ex-wife. That's my only purpose, right? Tammy seems to have a true lose, but she seems to be in charge of her own emotions, right? And even in the beginning, she's like, okay, well, let's go to the bar and fuck. I'm gonna keep the lights off, I don't care. And it kind of makes you feel like, it's kind of portraying that she's not healed already. But at the same time, that's the only time that she offered me to fuck. She wasn't trying to fuck the police, so she's not trying to fuck the guy in the bar, right? So her problem is much better or much further in rehabilitation or in healing than Bradley Cooper's character. Why is that important? It's important because it shows in French we say parcours. It shows the step that everybody follows. For example, we take a alcoholic anonymous is 12 steps, right? And the step of healing Tammy's character, which is Jennifer Lawrence, is much further, which kind of really makes her. So the movie is sort of romantic without being romantic. It kind of makes her not in charge of the healing, but further along, which is support system, right? I am further along my healing. So I was thinking about the AA. The specific reason why I use the AA. So in the AA, there's a system called mentorship. So what you do is when you reach a certain amount of time without drinking, you can have this mentoree, which are people that are going to call you like, hey, I feel like having drinking. I need to talk to someone. I really need to talk to someone. Can you please talk? Can you please make some time for me? I feel like drinking, and I'm afraid I'm going to be drinking very, very soon, right? So this is sort of the situation, right? So some good drama going on. And I'm going to be watching it tomorrow playing Final Fantasy. I don't even know where we do. So the cool part here is that Tammy will get healed. So the silver lining playbook, the whole purpose of it is that there's a dude that's fucked up that needs a girl that's fucked up, because they're both fucked up, they belong together. And then you realize that no, they're not fucked up. And the beautiful thing is it comes at the end. So Randy's trying to reach out, and the character of Jennifer Lawrence, she's like, you know what? I'm gonna give her the letter for you, right? But she doesn't. She writes a letter. She likes to write it to answer, right? So then they have this romantic feeling for each other. So she said, hey, I have this dance class. This is really therapeutic for me. So can along the step of redemption, of healing. She's the step where she's looking for something to busy her mind, right? And then they start dancing, and then she falls in love slowly with the character of Bradley Cooper. And this is kind of cool because even she's in love with him, but you don't know why he's not. You don't know when he falls in love with her. Then there's a plot twist, which is the biggest one. Not the biggest one, but the most well written, right? The most well written. So we learn why Tammy is on a whorish path. So she's like, okay, well, do you know why I am such a whore? And he's like, no, why? And she tells him, like, when my husband died, we weren't having sex. So he went to the Victoria's Secret to get me something to get things going. And when he came back, he was helping someone in the car that hit him. So the Victoria's Secret was still in his parking seat. So then this is why the movie's so good. Because again, this is why the character of Tammy shines and the character of Bradley Cooper doesn't. The character of Tammy is being hypersexual because of her lack of sexuality. She feels that it's her fault that her husband died. So she's trying to repair the fact by having a lot of sex. The reason that her husband died was because they were not having enough sex. Her answer is, I will have as much sex as I want or I feel is needed. So she's healing in that sense of, I'm going to do everything that I take to avoid a problem like that, right? So she writes a letter, and then he reads it, right? And the letter was importance is the way she talks, because a lot of the term that she writes, that is the way she talks, right? So they go back. The father's like, hey, you and your brother are gonna go to the game. You're both my lucky charm. You go to the game, right? And then a guy, which is a fan of the other team, so I think the Patriots or something, I'm not sure, attacks his brother, and Bradley Cooper's like, I'm not gonna fight. Then he hits his brother, jumps in the frame. which leads him to, it's not clear, did he get arrested or not, it's not clear, it's not told. But he gets a practice with Jennifer Lawrence's character. So then Jennifer Lawrence comes in, barging in, she's talking shit. She's actually very caring because she learned the scores to keep in touch. And the farm's like, you're no good, you're bad juju. But the craziest thing is what? The craziest thing is that Bradley Cooper character, and this is why the movie is really good. Bradley Cooper character said, my father thinks you're bad juju for it. So Jennifer Lawrence's character is not said to care about these matches. The reason why she knows the score, the reason why she checked out the score, was because the father of Bradley Cooper, which is Robert De Niro, said you're bad juju. So she wanted to make sure that she wasn't bad juju, which led her for what? Which led her to question the fact that, hey, we can be free, nobody else, so we can be free. And do this. I wish I was a memory to me. So I ask if I'm just dreaming, so I'm gonna do 14:45. So we lost 15 seconds. Good. Perfect. And now what we're gonna do is speed. We'll do 0.2. How's it? Is it too fast? Okay. Times 2. Yeah. Which gives us a whole ass Have Fun Hunter. Where it's just you and me, nobody else, so we can be free. Nobody else, so we can be free. All the things she said, running through my head. All the things she said, running through my head. Hold on, just need to wait for the ad. Let me get to start. So I ask if I'm just dreaming. I love you so much, so actually not that bad. Not that bad, because after that I'm done. Well, I have to do the intro, which is before I sleep.